This is high school football on iTalk 106.7 and Sholo TV Channel 56. Presented by Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Sholo. Hatch Motor Company, simply the best in service and sales. Produced by White Mountain Youth Productions in cooperation with Sholo TV and iTalk 106.7.
Time slips a tackle at the 35.
It's Miles. Going to try to get the outside. Makes a move there.
Looking left side. Falls wide open. Caught at the 5. Touchdown.
High school football is also brought to you in part by Black Diamond Auto Glass, Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Sunrise Park Resort, Honda Resort Casino, Horn Auto Center, and Beeler Orthodontics. And now, Hatch Motor Company and Snowflake and Sholo presents high school football.
Cougars host tonight to the Coyotes of Combs High School, and tonight will be a big test for the Sholo Cougars. Camden Smith, Mike Side with Punt, Cooley as we get set for action here tonight. Punt. The Combs Coyotes are a 2-2 team that is stinging from a couple of losses, but they're a team that can certainly cause some trouble. We've seen pretty tough. We thought Payson was a pretty tough team. They beat Payson last week. And so they're looking to come in here against the Sholo Cougars on homecoming and try to interrupt some of the festivities.
Well, as you say, Camden came off Combs coming off the big win last week against Payson, a very close game. Payson, we've seen this year so far, surprisingly, offensively, doing a great job in all of their games, putting up a lot of points. So for Combs to walk away with that victory, that's huge, and you got to believe they're confident, understand what they're getting into coming into Sholo tonight. Sholo obviously ranked among the top 10 certainly in Division 4. So, you know, Combs isn't looking past the idea that they're going to have to play a really solid game tonight to walk away with a victory. But the point is, they're playing well, big victory last week, and I'm sure they're coming in with a lot of confidence tonight.
It's time for our Ace Hardware Keys to the Game, brought to you by the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, now with a 24/7 locksmith available any day, any night, 24/7. If you have need to be a key made, or you're locked out of your home or your car, their mobile unit will come to you. That's the Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Sholo, and Heber Overguard. And you know, the key players starting to shape up on both of these rosters. There's some big guys statistically showing up for us on both teams.
Well, when we talk about Combs, it looks like, looking from their stats, obviously we have not seen them play this year, but it looks like they have a couple of guys that go at quarterback. Number 5, Skylar Johnson, the junior, and number 7, Ethan Hunt, the senior. They go with Hunt primarily. Hunt actually doing a great job passing and running. He's their number 2 rusher with a 5.8 per carry average. And in the backfield, number 32, Eric Guerra, a junior, 5'8", 170-pounder. He is their leading rusher. He carries a good, solid average.
Folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelly Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Sholo, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
In honor of time, we've got the coin toss coming up, but back to our Ace Hardware key players of the game, brought to you by the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains. As we mentioned before, anytime you're locked out of your car, need a key made for your home, their mobile unit will come to you. That's the Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Sholo, and Heber Overguard as we continue through this list of players.
Well, you know, we covered the Combs players, at least they're statistical leaders, and then when you look on the Sholo side, Rhett Reisdorf, quarterback, having a big year. He just passed 1,000 yards last week, Camden, passing. He's he's averaging over 250 yards a game through the air, 8 TDs against only 1 interception so far this season. So, he's certainly someone to look for. Big production tonight. And his big-time receiver, of course, Quentin Clark, number 2. He's got over 360 yards receiving so far this year, 5 TDs. And then in the backfield, you got big Willie Wyatt. 2 receiver is Willie, but also the leading rusher for these Cougars. So you look at those 3 certainly playing a big factor in tonight's game.
As we see the Sholo Cougars coming out on the field, we're set to go. Those are your Ace Hardware key players of the game, brought to you by the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains. We'll be back with our coin toss and the opening kick when we return. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide at iTalk1067.com.
There's no better time to visit Horn Auto Center. Check out the all-new Chevy Silverado. Voted 2014 North American Truck of the Year. Strong for all the roads ahead. Or find new roads with the all-new Corvette Stingray. Voted the 2014 North American Car of the Year. Visit Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs in Show Low across from Safeway and at hornauto.com. You're at home with Horn since 1991.
Welcome back. It's the Combs Coyotes coming up to Sholo here tonight. The Sholo Cougars playing host to the Coyotes. We see Coach Reisdorf. And let's go downstairs to the coin toss.
You guys ready to play football?
Yes, sir.
Pretty Friday night. We're all out here to enjoy this, play in a sports-like manner and have some fun. This is a head, this is a tail. That's a head, that's a tail. I'm going to toss the coin in the air and catch it. If I don't catch it, I'll re-toss it. You need to call it where Mr. Sneed can hear you. Yes.
Tails.
You call tails, it is a head. You wish to defer. Combs wins the toss.
He said
Oh,
tails.
I got that backwards, didn't I?
Okay, got that out.
Okay, backs this way. You guys, your backs this way. Sholo wins the toss. They'll take the football, shake hands, and come out and play.
There's your coin toss. Brought to you by Northland Pioneer College. When it comes to your education, make sure you choose the place that has the lowest tuition in the state of Arizona. That's Northland Pioneer College. I want to remind you that tonight our scoreboard's brought to you by Black Diamond Auto Glass. Also tonight, our touchdowns are brought to you by Black Diamond Auto Glass, home of the free chip replayer. And we're going to go down to get his thoughts on this one before we kick it up into the air. And in fact, let's go to him now. Brandon?
Hey, thanks, Camden. Hey, great night out here. Homecoming for the Cougars. Something you might not have known, Combs last week on that big win versus Payson, that was actually Payson's homecoming as well. So Combs looking to play spoiler twice. And I was speaking with Coach Hart. He said it was a great drive up here, a great win for him last week. Big win coming into this big game against the Sholo Cougars. Offensively, they're going to try to keep the ball on the ground and try to keep the ball out of the Sholo Cougars offense. And speaking with Coach Reisdorf, he loves this atmosphere. I said, how do you keep your players focused on homecoming night? And he said, you know what? I love this. It's preparation for state. I invited the 7th and 8th grade down here. I invited all the alumni. I wanted this to be a big week for them so that come state championship week, it's a big week for them as well, and they're already used to it. So Coach Reisdorf, not one to always look forward when we talk to him, but he's already talking about that state championship game. Offensively for him, he's going to get
to kick this one off. And set to kick is Fide Cuarte. Cuarte set to put foot into it from the Combs 40-yard line. Hits a line driver at the 20-yard line. It's going to be picked up. Takes a bounce back to the 10. Picked up, big hole, 40. And tripped up by the kicker at the 45. Returning it is Cougars. An excellent field position for the Cougars to start this game.
Well, excellent blocking. Goes right up the middle. Finds that good wedge right up through the front wave of Combs kick return guys, and like you say, Camden, had it not been for the kicker, Sholo would have put up a quick 6.
Reisdorf, as we mentioned, one of those Ace Hardware key players of the game, brings the play in, brings his team to the line of scrimmage. Quentin Clark comes wide to the near side. Wyatt flanks Reisdorf on his left. Reisdorf looking to throw on first down, throws it, caught midfield. Jace Brewer takes it up the far sideline and tiptoes, but steps out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
Well, and Sholo just flooding that left flat. Dalton Lupton, number 34.
Quentin Clark coming near side, wide near side, along with another receiver, single receiver to the left side of the set. Slot lines up on the left side. Reisdorf with Wyatt flanking him to his right this time. Set a man in motion, hand it off, straight ahead, penalty markers thrown, and we get a procedure call as a preliminary indication here against the Cougars.
Well, as you say, Camden sending that back in motion, who then just acts as the lead blocker.
Green, 65.
But the call will go against number 65, who jumped the count, Starvels Castillo for the Cougars.
Opening paragraph. Couple plays, actually just one play under our belts. Second down and call it 7. Now as the Cougars back in their own territory after the 5-yard penalty. Give it to Wyatt. Wyatt bangs his way across midfield. Knocked down at the 46. Lufton on the tackle. And Burley Wyatt comes up holding his shoulder here.
Wyatt was down in the bottom of that pile, so he was one of the early guys making contact with Wyatt, who runs downhill stronger than most backs you'll see at this level. But a good cleanup tackle by number 34, their outside linebacker, Dalton Lupton.
Third down and inches from about the 45-yard line, and it's big hole right side at the 40-45. Brown on the carry. He gets the Horn Auto Center first down and is finally knocked down at the Coyotes 30, call it the 29-yard line. New set of downs for the Sholo Cougars, and Brown finds some room off tackle right side, drags a tackle across the 20-yard line, knocked down at the 18. That's O'Haver, who tried to hang on, but another Horn Auto Center first down for the Cougars.
And again, looked like the same exact play, just going off right tackle. O'Haver, a corner, having to come.
Wide to the right, Brewer goes wide to the left along with Xavier Vargas. Brown in the backfield, and Wyatt, we go play action. Reisdorf slips a tackle, gonna run, 10-5, dives for the end zone, touchdown! Cougars, 18-yard score, Rhett Reisdorf.
You know, it looked from the watching Reisdorf that might have been a little bit of a broken play in the backfield, but Reisdorf sees the opening and just goes right up the middle, a lot of room with those receivers spread out and the defensive coverage going with it. So great job by Rhett Reisdorf to find that opening and just punch it in for the touchdown.
Well, we thought this was going to be a tough battle for the Cougars, but they take their opening possession. Easy, point after try, it's up, it's good. It's 7-0, Cougars lead. Check of the Black Diamond Autoglass scoreboard, and a Black Diamond Autoglass touchdown for you. 7-0, 10:29 left to play here in the first. We'll step away. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com. Sholo Cougars up 7-0. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 KNKI. Pine Top, a Kopenicky communication station. End over end kick, going to bounce to the 19. Picked up at the 18 by O'Haver. O'Haver hit at the 20 and spun down by Willie Wyatt. Levi Fillingham also in on the stop.
Set the tone, let's go!
Outstanding coverage by the Cougars. Every quick to get down along with Fillingham to get the tackle. Not a lot of room there for the receiver.
I want to remind you, you can watch tonight's contest at iTalk1067.com. Live streaming video available. Compliments of the White Mountain Youth Productions and Sholo TV. That's italk1067.com. Under center, make the pitch. Field off tackle right side, a couple yards. Guerra on the
the leading rusher for Combs, getting that pitch out of a wishbone formation. Haven't seen one of those in a while, but has the two lead blockers. But good defensive adjustment on the pitch side by Sholo, and only getting maybe 2-3 yards out of that quick pitch.
Wide receiver to the left side of the set. Johnson takes a snap, hands it off, nothing there. Let's go downstairs and check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Thanks, Camden. Hey, if I've never seen someone as pumped up as Rhett Reisdorf was after that touchdown, I think you're absolutely right. It was a broken play because when he was running off the field, him and Coach Reisdorf kind of had a little exchange there, like, I don't know what happened. But Rhett Reisdorf is fired up. I think you heard him probably from our field mic yelling at his defense to set the tone. Rhett Reisdorf fired up tonight.
All right, thanks a lot, Brandon. As defense seems to be fired up here. 3rd down and 9. Coyotes go with 4 receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Looking to throw. Rolling right, now tucks, runs, 25 to the 30, 35, knocked down. Fillingham on the stop for the Cougars, but not before Johnson picks up a Horn Auto Center first down to the Coyotes. Call it the 38-yard line.
Jace Brewer also from his safety position having to come up with the assist on that tackle, but a great piece of running by Johnson, the quarterback, rolling out right, can't find the receiver, but just decides to tuck it and run. Great piece of running to get the first down.
Single receiver here to the near side of the set, a fresh set of downs for the Coyotes. And stepping back, the tight end lined up on the left side. The wide receiver uncovers him. They hand it off straight ahead, now bouncing to the outside. It's Espinoza on the carry out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 2.
Josh Espinoza's senior fullback getting the handoff there with Brewer again coming. A Sholo player getting up, holding Willie Wyatt holding his right arm at the elbow. So he's going to walk off.
That's a big blow if he cannot return. We'll try to get an update for you on his condition. But he does not look like, not real comfortable coming off the field there. Wide receiver left, full house backfield behind Johnson. He'll take the snap, second man through on the left side, and stacked up. In on the stop for the Cougars is Angel Moreno.
Great job by that defensive front for the Cougars, really filling all the gaps up front, not giving any room for that runner to find any kind of a seam. So that's all defensive line work there.
Angel Moreno coming in tonight's contest with 9 tackles on the season, picks up 1 there. And a 3rd down and 7 from the 40 for the Coyotes. Option right side, gonna keep it. Johnson tries to get around the right edge, can't get there. He gains a couple out to the 44-yard line. But it'll be it'll be 4th down, and the Coyotes going to be forced to punt here.
Again, on that option, the quarterback just reading the DN, finds that opening on the outside, Camden, as you said, get around, but that linebacker crew for Cougars doing a great job setting the edge out there and just holding them to a 4th down here.
Set to kick. Is Cuerte, and he puts an end-over-ender that bounces out of bounds at the 30. No chance of a return. Nope, they're going to mark him out. They say it went out of bounds all the way back at the 39-yard line. Well, now they're moving it.
Ball rolls out of bounds at the Cougar 39-yard line.
The official started at the 39 and has moved all the way to the 35-yard line now. And so the Cougars got their second possession of the night, leading 7-0. We'll look to get another black diamond autoglass touchdown as we see Clark wide here to the near side with Fagoti. One receiver to the left. Wyatt is out at the moment, receiving some attention by Doc Fawcett, I believe. And we get movement.
False start on the offense. That will be a 5-yard penalty.
And we get a false start.
Again, number 65, Stavros Castillo on the jump. And I think one of the things that's perhaps contributing to that a little bit, we see that defensive front for Combs, those 3 down linemen, they're moving before the snap, filling gaps, and that could be a circumstance that makes those offensive linemen get a little more jumpy.
Single back in the backfield. Reisdorf looking to throw on first and long. First and 15, throws. Fagoti near sideline at the 42-yard line, knocked out of bounds there.
But a great route by Fagoti to find that open space. Having run his route, he can see Reisdorf rolling out, and he runs up the sideline towards the quarterback to get open. And Rhett Reisdorf, seeing him doing that, just throws a dart right to the sideline. So a great piece of work by the receiver and the quarterback working together on that play.
They send Brewer wide to the far side, and I believe that's Fagoti as well. Clark near side. Kime has a hole. First down, crosses midfield, and we'll get into Coyote territory. He's tripped up by Kyle Flake at the 46-yard line, but not before a Horn Auto Center first down.
Kime finally tripped up by number 58, Sam Taruna.
Great line surge by that solo offensive front on that rush play, similar to what we saw in the first possession when they were having Jalen Brown find room. I'm sorry.
Reisdorf in the gun, looking to throw, goes deep down the middle of the field. Clark wide open, five, into the end zone, touchdown, Cougars! 46 yards on the reception to Clark from Reisdorf.
And that's just simply Quentin Clark running a deep route. He beats the safety, and I mean by 10 yards probably. Reisdorf seeing him get that separation, lets go of a great pass, hit him right in stride. Sitting again on this Sholo Cougar passing game to get the second touchdown.
46 yards, most of it in the air, 3 plays on the drive. And the Cougars, pending a PAT, are going to be up 14-0. PAT is good. Now Gardnier gives the Cougars a 14-0 lead. We'll step away after the Black Diamond Autoglass. Touchdown by the Cougars. It's 14-0. Is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Welcome back to Sholo High School, home of the Cougars, host tonight to the Coyotes. It's homecoming here for the Cougars. It's so far tonight, Punt, the Cougars have not been very good hosts.
Well, it's their homecoming, so, you know, they definitely wanted to start. And, you know, and I think that would have been one of the key things for Combs tonight. Key to the game was not let Sholo get off to a quick start, because once that steam roller gets going, it's really hard to stop.
Gardnier to kick, drives the return man back to his 9. It's O'Haver. Brings it up the hash towards the numbers now to the 20, 25. And Brewer trips him up near the 30, falls forward out to the 37. Good field position for, Coyotes.
You know, he didn't have a lot of room. As you say, Jace Brewer able to trip him up, but had had O'Haver kept his feet, the only other man to beat would have been the kicker. He had a lot of room, having gotten through the initial surge of defenders.
We got an injury report on Wyatt. We'll check on that in just a moment as the Coyotes come to the line of scrimmage. Full house backfield behind Johnson. Johnson with the snap, runs into the fullback, in trouble, gonna try to fight his way. Line of scrimmage, but not much more. Let's go downstairs and check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon.
Willie Wyatt over here on the sidelines. I saw him in a lot of pain. Got a chance to speak with Doc Fawcett briefly. We're looking at a hyperextended right elbow. Doc said it was pretty bad. He's getting wrapped up. I said, what is chances of return? Doc said probable, but not likely, Camden.
All right, thanks a lot, Brandon. And that's not good news for the Cougars. However, now they are doing pretty good, 14-0 in this opening stanza of this contest. Looking to throw, Johnson. In trouble now. Going to be snowed under at the 34-yard line. And it looked like the first one to get to him was Moreno. Moreno will be credited with the sack.
Yeah, that's exactly who it was, coming in off that right side on the defensive front, able to cut through the pass blocking, doing a great job, and then having the foot speed to just track down the quarterback as he's attempting to roll out.
Peterson going to check out of the lineup. And Castillo checking in. On third down, Johnson looking to throw, now steps up. 35, 40, drugged down or yard line. He'll be drugged down by Dallin Tenney.
Dylan Gabbert, number 56.
Excuse me, Gabbert
on the tackle. But again, another effort by the quarterback, Johnson. We've seen him tuck the ball and do fairly well running. He gets a lot of yardage there on that scramble, but just not enough. So it'll again leave fourth down here for Combs, and they'll go into punt formation.
3.5 to play here in the first quarter. Black Diamond Auto Glass reads the Cougars up 14-0. And Duarte kicks it away. Fair catch is called by Quentin Clark at the 20-yard line, and that's where the Cougars will take over with an 80-yard field. And so far tonight, Cougars have had the ball twice, they've scored twice, and it's looked pretty easy.
Yeah, it has. And, you know, on the Combs side, I think the big key for them is not let Cougars get those big plays. And that's certainly what happened in the first two possessions for the Cougars. Cougars have shown the it can be crushing to your momentum when you allow them those big plays.
Got an interview coming up here in just a moment. Brandon Todd tracking down an old alum. Reisdorf to throw, caught by Clark at the 40, off the 35-yard line. He'll be knocked down by Flake at the 40. A Horn Auto Center first down. Let's check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon.
Thanks, Camden. Hey, I'm here with former Sholo Cougar great Josh Weeks, who is now part of the BYU Cougars. So you go from Cougar to Cougar, back home.
Oh, it feels great, man. I wouldn't miss this for the world right now. It's great to be back, homecoming week, and be able to be part of the festivities. And you know, it's something that always brings me back, dude. Love being a part of this.
Tell me a little bit about college life. How's the BYU team looking?
We're looking great. I mean, 2-1 right now. I think, you know, most people in the country have seen, you know, what we've been able to do, and had a couple of miracle wins the first 2 weeks. Had a tough loss last week to UCLA, but the team will be in Michigan tomorrow. And I was unfortunate not to make the travel squad, but allowed me to be here tonight. And you know, I think we're gonna have a special season and be able to do a lot of good things. So
look forward to seeing you on the.
I appreciate it. Thank you,
Camden.
All right, thanks a lot, Brandon, and always fun to. The chance to talk to some of those alums, and Weeks was one of those guys that was a spectacular player here at Sholo High School.
Absolutely.
Brought a lot of excitement, as do a lot of these players here at the Cougars. They play an exciting brand of football. If you haven't had a chance to, come out and watch them. A lot of fun to watch. Double receivers left. Handed off straight ahead. Kime on the carry across the 45 to the 44-yard line. Call it the 43.
I'm trying to get the number of the defender. He ran smack right into the middle of the chest plate of number 76, Christian Flores, who was able to
65.
Yeah, who's able to stand him up and really hold him firm at the line of scrimmage. But then you get the offensive linemen with some of the other Sholo guys kind of getting in there on the pile and pushing forward, so they do get a decent gain despite getting hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Fagoti and Brewer lines up wide to the left. Clark going to wide out to the right side of the formation. Brown in the slot on the left side. Reisdorf in the gun, looking to throw. On 2nd and 6, throws deep down the middle, and it is picked off. And coming out of the end zone here is Jetnick, and he's going to come to the near sideline and get hammered at the 21. Coming with a full head of steam and lowering the shoulder was Dallin Tenney, who lowered the boom at the 21-yard line. But the second interception of the year thrown by Rhett Reisdorf here tonight, and it came at a good time for the Coyotes.
Yeah, I think he's getting a little greedy there, you know, with the success he's had finding Clark. That time Clark triple covered with Gentic, the safety, putting himself in great position to get that interception with the ball hanging in the air so long.
4-0 White blocking the back. Be first down White.
So unfortunately for the Coyotes, they're going to get flagged here and penalized. Is this half the distance? It's a 15-yarder, right? Let's go downstairs and check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon.
Well, I kind of overheard some conversation. They're trying to figure out where the foul occurred and to walk it off from there. I'm not a ref. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, it looks like half the distance, so it would be the 15-yard. They end up now, does Combs to start their possession here after the interception at the 11-yard line.
Well, when the interception was made, there was a thought as it was in the end zone to take a knee, but they elect to bring it out. And initially it looked like it was a decent idea. Gave him an extra yard at least on the play, but
number 5, Johnson's pass intended for number 1.
They end up starting out of the shadows of their own goalpost rather. Ramirez, the intended receiver, can't hang on to it.
That's a good pass by Johnson, a lot of zip to it, but Ramirez is a junior, 5'8", not one of your taller receivers, and just had a hard time getting up high enough to gather that pass in out on the flat.
2-minute mark of the first quarter. Black Diamond Autoglass scoreboard reads Cougars 14, Coyotes nothing. On 2nd down and 10, option right side, pitch it to Guerra, and Guerra cannot get out around the edge.
And that pitch, Xavier Vargas, the defensive back out on that left side for the Cougars, doing a great job of just stretching that pitch out. Once he read the pitch to the back, just stretched it out and actually ends up with a great loss with an open field tackle. So outstanding work by Vargas.
Wide receiver here to the near side of the set is O'Haver. It started out with they're going to go trips to the left side of the set. And a single receiver stepping out to the right side, and the Coyotes may have.
No, I think Sholo's going to call the timeout here.
Sholo's calling the timeout.
With 3rd down and a minute 13, clearly Reisdorf here seeing opportunity to maybe put some points up.
I thought for a moment that it was going to be the Coyotes who were going to call timeout as they were having some personnel issues getting people in the right spot, but the Cougars look like they are going to bail them out here and give them charge a timeout to themselves. They lead 14-0. We'll keep it here and remind you to stick around to our halftime show where we'll announce, or we'll take a look inside the numbers rather, with Mike Colwell. Also, chance to talk about break down this first half for you and talk about who we think may be ending up at the end of the game as our Beeler Orthodontics play of the game and our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game. Let's check in with Ron Everingham. Ron?
Yeah, I've been down here on the Combs sideline, and let me tell you.
Oops, we lost you, Ron.
Check, 1, 2. We good?
Go ahead.
The coaching staff, Coach Hart has just been irate with the line on both sides of the play.
All right, thanks, Ron. As the Coyotes, after the timeout, face a third down at about 15. Johnson takes the snap, gonna roll, try to get out of trouble coming here to the near sideline at the 5, at the 10, gonna be knocked down at the 14-yard line. And Moreno catches him from behind.
And again, Moreno, we've seen him with that speed off the defensive front for Sholo, that time running across the field with great pursuit angle to get Johnson as he, again, tries to scramble with the receivers not open and the pressure coming quickly. You know, we've seen Johnson just not have the time to be able to get any deep passes off tonight for Combs.
So a fourth down, and set to punt this one away is Cuerte. He'll take it from the 1, and it's almost blocked by Fillingham. End over end are going to back up Clark and angle towards the sideline to keep it away from him. They say it goes out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Outstanding punt by Cuarte that time. Under pressure, as you say, Camden, Levi Fillingham almost getting his mitts on that punt, but ends up with a great punt by Combs under the circumstances and pushing Sholo back to their own 37 to start.
Black Diamond Auto Glass scoreboard. Sholo Cougars up 14-0 with 23 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Reisdorf brings the play in. He'll send Clark here to the near sideline, along with Fagoti. Single back in the backfield is Kime, Weston Kime. They fake the handoff to him, throw to Brown. Brown gonna carry some tacklers with him to the near sideline, and finally driven out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Dalton Lupton on the tackle. Kyle Flake also in on the stop. 17 seconds left, clock stopped as Brown goes out of bounds. And a scoring update for you. Snowflake and Florence are tied at 6 in their opening period. Hand to Kime. Kime has some room. Hornado Center first down at midfield, and will drag a tackler with him into Coyote territory to the 49. Sheldon Pearson on the tackle, the 5'10", 170-pound junior, finally rides him down.
That's a great piece of running by Weston Kime. You know, not a lot of room up front. That hole was not that big, but he's able to slip through not only the line of scrimmage, but then get past the linebackers and knock off a great gain for the first down.
I want to remind you that tonight's contest is available online at iTalk1067.com. That'll end the first quarter of play. It's the Cougars up 14-0. We'll step away. Second period's coming up next. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Welcome back to Sholo High School. So we start quarter number 2. Cougars lead 14-0. Reisdorf in the gun, 3 receivers. Rolls to his left, throws, caught at the 48, 45, now to the 40. Jace Brown knocked down a tackler after he picks up a Hornado Center first down at the Coyote 38-yard line. Todd Goodman finally trips him up.
Number 40, Kyle Flake, also an outside linebacker for Combs, in on the assist on that tackle. Linebackers for Combs getting a lot of work tonight. That's a rollout pass, sending Brown into that linebacker level. But again, Sholo getting a big gain on the first play of that after another first down.
Play action. Reisdorf pumps, gets away from the rush, throws, caught. And Reisdorf, who came into this contest over 60% on completions, has been deadly here tonight. I believe he's only had one drop pass so far tonight. And it'll be spotted at the Coyote 30. A gain of about 8. That's true. He had one interception, and so I suppose that's called a completion as well. Fagoti and Clark wide to the right. Brewer near side. Reisdorf in the gun. Flanking him to his right is Kime. Slot is Brown on the right side. Reisdorf to throw. Has a man. It is caught at the 24. Spins out of a tackle. Gets to the 20-yard line. It's Quentin Clark on the reception for the Cougars.
And again, this passing game continuing to roll for the Cougars. I mean, we've seen them sprinkle in some runs as well and have success there too. But Rhett Reisdorf just having an outstanding game so far, finding the open receivers. That time Clark, even in double coverage, able to come up with the reception and wiggle free off that initial tackle and get a good gain.
10 minutes, 56 seconds left here in the half. Cougars up 14-0 and running here. Horn Auto Center first down for them. Give to Kime straight ahead. Kime going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, not much there. And we just found out that Willie Wyatt has headed to the locker room, which means he may not return tonight.
Well, that last run play, Camden, is one of the few plays we've seen from the line of scrimmage with this Sholo offense that hasn't produced much. I mean, that one, but basically, as you said, no gain, but I got to think that's probably the only play we've seen offensively this far in the game for Sholo where they haven't gotten something.
Brewer and Fagoti wide to the left, Clark wide right. Handed off straight ahead to Kime. Kime bounces off a tackle down to the 15-yard line. And he's brought down after a gain of 4. Sheldon Pierce on the tackle.
Number 44, Pearson, able to wrap up Kime after a good gain, breaking through the line of scrimmage. But I got to tell you, Pearson wasn't having any of it. He just grabbed a hold of Kime and threw him down pretty aggressively.
Under 10 to play now in the half on 3rd down and 6. Reisdorf rolling left, looking towards Clark in the corner of the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! It's Fagoti on the reception. And the Sholo Cougars pick up their 3rd touchdown of the night. 20 yards on the score. It's the 2nd receiving touchdown, 2nd passing touchdown tonight for Reisdorf.
And that's Dalton Lupton, the safety, coming up to pick up Fagoti in that corner. He slips, does the defender Lupton on the break. Fagoti actually has to go down as well to get that pass, but great piece of work at just finding that open corner by Reisdorf.
On to try the point after. Kick is up, it's good, and the Cougars with 9.5 remaining lead it 21-0 on the Black Diamond Auto Class touchdown. We'll step away. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Having a great time here at Homecoming 2015.
I think one thing we knew going into this contest is that the Cougars were going to have a great offensive night. I think the one thing we weren't sure of was the defensive side, and so far they've held the Coyotes scoreless.
Well, and they've in the process really not only held them scoreless, but I'd be really interested to see what the overall offensive production for Combs has been. They've just really been struggling to either run or pass the ball so far tonight.
Gardner to kick. It's going to be fielded at the 12, up the numbers at the 20-yard line, 25, angle towards the sideline at the 30, and Pushed out by Jason Brown on the near sideline at the 20, call it the 30-yard line. Return man that time for Combs.
Dominic Ramirez, number 1.
5'8", 135-pound junior got knocked down to the ground after he came back in bounds after stepping out.
I mean, you got to give him credit. He's trying to find the opening where he can, and that time just ran out of the football field, but he was squirming around his blockers, just trying to find any kind of seam.
Ramirez wide near side. They go with the tight end lining up on the left side of the set. Actually, yeah, tight end left, full house backfield. And they go straight ahead, couple of yards on the carry. Jake Green on the carry, and Moreno picks up another tackle. Moreno having a good night defensively.
Well, Castillo, also number 65, one of those guys up front, I couldn't really tell which one for Sholo, just shot the gap and met the back that was receiving the handoff, the fullback right in the backfield. So a great piece of work up front by those Cougars.
Coyotes 2nd down and 9 from their 31-yard line after the gain of about 6 inches. Wide receiver near side is Ramirez. 3 backs in the backfield. They're going to hand to Espinoza. Espinoza, one of those anchoring the tail this time, and Jace Brown meets him in the backfield, it looked like, and drives him back to the original line of scrimmage, although they're going to give him forward progress. No, they won't. It'll be
number 34,
a loss of that half of a yard that they picked up before.
And that's Jason Brown coming up from the inside linebacker position to make that tackle, and he's being blocked, you know, at the point of contact by one of those lead backs blocking him, but he's able to just rip through that block. Does Brown do a great job and make the tackle in the backfield.
Brown only 2 games played defensively this year, and out of those 2 games, 22 tackles in just the 2 games, averaging 11 tackles per game. Looking to throw near side, and it is caught at the 40-yard line. O'Haver on the catch. Quentin Clark on the coverage here knocks him down, but it's close to a Horn Auto Center first down.
Well, that's just great execution between the quarterback and the receiver for Combs. That was a very tight window with Clark in on the coverage. And a great catch, actually, by O'Haver with that ball up high and drifting out, but he's able to gather it in despite the nice coverage by Quentin Clark.
7.5 to play here in the halftime. Ramirez wide to the left side of the formation. They bring Stilwell wide to the near side. And a hard snap count. Looks like we're going to have movement on the right side of the defensive line.
Oh, encroachment. Green. First down.
So it's a penalty called against the Cougars here. And
it will give Combs a first down.
The first down of the night is given up by the Sholo Cougar defense on a penalty here. And that'll be a Horn Auto Center first down, giving the Coyotes the football at their 45-yard line.
Dr. Raul Carrillo and Dr. Dave Bronson.
So this is, you know, the first possession for Combs here in the second quarter, and the only really possession so far for Combs where they've shown the ability to move down the field.
Ramirez is the receiver on the near side. He's in tight. Halfway in on the line here. Johnson going to keep her on the left side. Has a couple of yards out across the 42-yard line to the 43. As Fillingham will drop him. We've got a scoring update for you. We'll head back to the studio in just a moment. But, you know, if the Coyotes can do this on first down, they've given themselves a good opportunity.
Absolutely. Anytime you get 4, 5, 6 yards on your first run or your first play, you know, it certainly makes the rest of the downs easier in terms of keeping the ball moving and getting the first downs, as you say, Camden.
Stilwell wide to the left, or rather wide to the right. Ramirez wide left. Johnson looking to throw on 2nd down and 6. In trouble, going to be sacked for a loss back at the 47-yard line. We got a scoring. Go ahead, Punt.
I was just going to say that's a great coverage sack. You know, only a couple of guys out in the route, but great coverage by the defensive secondary for Sholo.
So a 3rd down now. After the loss of a couple, it'll be 3rd down and 8. And Fagoti will be credited that time. on the coverage. The Coyotes will have it at their 47-yard line. Ramirez wide left, Stillwell wide right. Three backs in the backfield in a full house set behind Johnson. Takes a snap, looking to throw on third down. Throws down the middle. It is caught by Ramirez at the 35. A Horn Auto Center first down. He's knocked down by, is it Fagoti on the tackle?
Mason Fagoti coming up on that.
Or was it Vargas?
But that was a great pass by Johnson. That time Johnson had time and was able to look downfield and find Ramirez posting across the middle of the field in front of those safeties, so that when he has time, Johnson has shown the ability to find the receivers.
Under 5 to play before half. Coyotes moving the football here. Johnson keeping naked boot right side and going to be knocked down at the 35. Vargas on the tackle.
I see one adjustment Combs has been making. Earlier we've seen where the quarterback used to hand off to one of the three backs in the backfield. Now all three backs are leading as lead blockers for the quarterback, who's just keeping the ball and running behind that wall.
Cougars want a timeout. We'll go back to the studio and check in with Royce Kincannon. I believe he has a scoring update for us. And here's Royce Kincannon with this scoring update. Royce?
That's right. We've got some scores from around Division 4 football today. Flowing Wells 21, Amphi 6. Casa Grande 21, Santa Rita 0. Sahuarita 10, Walden Grove 0. Empire 13, Catalina Magnet 0. Snowflake and Florence are still tied at 6. And the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets lead the Coolidge Bears. Back to you.
Score out there, Blue Ridge is 7-0.
7-0. Right.
So just a single touchdown. You know, Blue Ridge has got kind of a storybook story to tell. This
the theme of their season this year is let's make all our games close. So.
Well, and let's make every single play count because they need them all. Second down and 10. There's the snap. Looking for room on the right side. That is Lupton on the carry. The 5'9", 170-pound senior gets knocked to the ground by Jason Brown.
And again, Jason Brown, just outstanding work again for that middle linebacker position. He's that time sending the runner in motion, and Jason Brown just quickly moving up, filling those gaps and shooting through the gaps before the backs are even able to get to the line of scrimmage. So just exceptional linebacker play by Brown so far in this game.
If you want to watch tonight's contest, it's available online, streaming live at iTalk1067.com. That's italk1067.com. Watch it now. Compliments of White Mountain Youth Productions. Play action. Johnson sets to throw and has it tipped, caught. Vargas on the interception, bringing it the other way. He gets hammered at the 34-yard line, and we got a huge block upfield and a penalty marker thrown at the 34-yard line, right where Vargas was hit. But let's check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon?
I am almost speechless. Yeah, on the interception, great job by the defense to turn and find someone to block. And Jason Brown, again, we've been saying his name a lot, laid a stick. I didn't see who it was, but I'm surprised that this guy got back up.
It'll be first down, Sholo.
Okay, we get a Sholo penalty.
Well, there were several blocks out there in addition to Brown's. One of them, I'm not sure which one, they're saying was a block in the back, so that the interception will stand on that tip pass. So it'll remain Sholo ball, but they're going to move them back to their 21 to start this drive.
3 minutes, 45 seconds left to play before halftime, and it's 21-0 in favor of the Sholo Cougars. That according to the Black Diamond Autoglass scoreboard. Reisdorf to throw. He's got a man. It is caught for a first down. And trying to get out of the tackle that time was Nick Reedhead, the 6'2", 175-pound senior. With the reception, gives the Cougars a Horn Auto Center first down.
And Sholo just doing an outstanding job. They're running these deep routes to the safeties and then running back with a hitch. And it requires great timing between the quarterback and the receivers. And Reisdorf so far just spot on with those hitch patterns deep in the secondary of Combs.
Reedhead comes wide to the near side. It's Clark and Fergotti. The two receivers out to the right. Brown lines up on the left side. Big hole. Kime. He's got a first down and more. Crosses midfield. He'll be ridden down inside Coyote territory at the 47-yard line. Tackle made by Sheldon Pearson.
And again, that's a linebacker having to drift over, but a great piece of running by Kime out on that left edge. And Sheldon Pearson, had he not slipped over from his outside linebacker position to make the tackle, Kime had a lot of green in front of him.
Clark and Fergotti wide right again. Reedhead wide to the left. Brown lines up in the slot on the left side. Reisdorf looking to throw on first down, throws near sideline towards Brown. Tip caught for a 25-yard line, and Brown makes an acrobatic catch, a juggling catch, as he goes out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Good for another Horn Auto Center first down.
Well, not only a great catch by Brown with the defender in front trying to jump up and tip that pass. That was Josh Espinoza, number 23 for Combs. But you got to credit the touch by Reisdorf, recognizing that underneath coverage by the cornerback, putting nice touch on it to get it over the defender and right into Brown's hands.
Brown came into tonight's contest with only 4 catches. Picks up one here. Reisdorf throws. Brown again, and it is caught. Far side, flag thrown at the 20, called the 19-yard line. Brown a couple of yards on the play.
Pass complete to number 30, Jason Brown. I do see a flag on the field.
And we'll check in with our official for the call here. Brown having one of those big nights.
Well, and a big collision out on the sideline, as you say, between Brown and the tackler. I'm trying to get the number for Combs, but big-time collision over there on the tackle.
The illegal man downfield, green. They repeat first down.
There's the call.
So apparently one of the linemen for Sholo going downfield on that rollout by Reisdorf.
First down.
But it'll remain first down. Sholo in great position here. The Combs 28.
2.5. Go ahead, Punt.
I was just going to say they're in good position here to punch it in again before halftime.
Sure, they're going to want to burn some clock here, too. With 2 minutes, 20 seconds left, take the snap, give to Kime right side. Kime picks his way through traffic across the 20. Knocked down around the 19-yard line. Goodman on the tackle for the Coyotes.
Well, and it's worth noting we've mentioned Kime's name and number several times tonight. Kime only a sophomore, 5'9", 160-pound sophomore, so he's doing great, outstanding running work tonight for the Cougars, and it's a good night for him to step up with Willie Wyatt having to leave the game tonight with that injury of his.
Willie Wyatt in the locker room at the moment. Reisdorf takes a snap, give to Kime, hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll be knocked down, and you know, Kime, not a big kid.
Okay, by number 24.
As we see there, as Espinoza is able to knock him down almost with an arm tackle. Kime just 5'9", 160-pounder.
Yeah. Josh Espinoza, again, middle linebacker for Combs, doing a great job coming in low that time on Kime, basically just cutting his legs. So a good piece of tackling by Espinoza.
Espinoza just 5'9", but he weighs 205. He outweighs Kime by almost 50 pounds. Reisdorf on 3rd down and 5. Play action, throws right, caught. Clark at the 10, to the 5, Clark to the 2. A Horn Auto Center first down for the Cougars, brought down inside the 5.
You know, if you were to measure success by yards after the catch, I mean, Quentin Clark just doing a great job there. He's open on the pass with defenders behind him, but he somehow is always adept at finding ways to find seams, and with his quickness and foot speed, he punches it almost into the end zone. They're close to a touchdown here.
Full house backfield now for the Cougars with under a minute to play, 50 seconds on the clock. The Horn Auto Center first down, handed off right side. Brown from 2 yards out, scores it for the Cougars, and Sholo rolling here early with 4 first-half touchdowns. And it's the Sholo Cougars with a Black Diamond Auto Glass touchdown to give them a 27-0 lead, a 28-0 lead, pending an extra point by Gardnier.
And again, that's just good line surge combined with a really big back carrying the ball off on that right side for the Cougars, doing a great job of punching that in from 1 yard out.
Cole Gardnier, the 5'10", 150-pound junior, on to try the point after try. He punches it through, and Sholo leads it 28-0 with 41 seconds before half. We'll take a break. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car, their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overguard, and Sholo.
Welcome back to Sholo High School. The Cougars up 28. Should be 28-0. Scoreboard reads 27-0. I think they're missing a point, but we'll have to double check that down on the field. I'm not sure. Not sure why the scoreboard says 27, but it's 27-0 on the scoreboard, 28-0 on our scorecard, and the Sholo Cougars set to kick away this kick brought to you by Northland Pioneer College. I'll remind you, Northland Pioneer College, the sponsor of our kickoffs this season at MPC. When it comes time to kick off your college education, be sure to choose the college with the lowest tuition in Arizona. That's Northland Pioneer College. Onside attempt here to try to get the ball before the half, and they end up giving the Coyotes excellent field position here. And Willie Wyatt is out of the locker room. We'll try to get an update on him in a moment, as he's not suited out anymore. He's gone to street clothes, so he's done for the night, obviously. But we'll see if we can figure out the nature of his injury or not, just how serious they think it is. The Coyotes will have the football at their 40, 5-yard line. 40 seconds remaining. Coyotes plenty of time to put together a drive here. I'm surprised the Cougars didn't kick deep, but they obviously wanted to try to end this half with the football in possession.
Pour salt in the wound, beat them down big right before you go into halftime.
Now the point is up on the scoreboard, 28-0, Cougars lead. Johnson in trouble, flush to the left side. He steps up, now cuts back, and Jason Brown trailing him.
The Coyotes go with a quarterback
in on the stop that time to knock him down. Johnson brought down there by a host of Cougar players.
Well, that includes Dalton Drummond's, also the nose tackle for Cougars, showing good movement, fighting through that line of scrimmage to go assist on the tackle.
That burns 20 seconds off the clock. Now they go deep left side, and it's incomplete. Looked like a good pass, but it's Guerra that cannot come up with it.
Well, I thought, like you, Camden, that was a well-placed pass and great touch by the quarterback. Had coverage underneath and also over the top. He was able to put it right in between the safety and the cornerback. The receiver just couldn't come up with that pass.
Maybe a little too far out towards the sideline, but looked pretty close from here. Third down, 8 yards, but more importantly, just 8 seconds left here in this first half. Sunrise Park Resort halftime show is coming up next. Stay tuned for that one. Wide receiver to the near side. Trip set on the left side. Johnson in trouble. Flush to the right. Now he's going to go down. And, he stays on his feet. Down around the ankles that time. I believe was that Brown down there? Castillo, actually, first guy there. And then the Cougars.
Initial calls for a face mask on the defense.
Well, we get a face mask call here.
That'll extend it one more play.
So the time's off the clock here for the half. We should get
I got a personal foul face mask. 65 green. We'll have one and time down.
Yeah,
he was on his back.
Even though the time clock expired, can't finish the quarter on a penalty. So they're going to replay the down here. Third down.
The
unless they get the they will get the first down. My bad. Sorry.
15-yard penalty.
forgot about them
You have one
assessing
more
the
play to finish
penalty.
the half.
Chuck Copeland on the call there, and we'll see if the Coyotes can put points up here. Now ball at the Cougar 40-yard line after the 15-yard penalty. They have 4 wide receivers out. Johnson flush, goes left side, steps up, throws deep, and it'll be a jump ball at the goal line, and it looks like it may be intercepted by the Cougars. Who's got it?
It's a Cougar. Came down with it. Fagoti
on the interception.
But we have another flag.
But a flag thrown back in the backfield of the Coyotes, and another one at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so I think this
Chuck
will
Copeland
go against Combs.
going to give us the call here
Intercepted by number 31, Xavier Vargas. We do have several
after a
flags on the field.
conversation.
Holding on the offense.
So that'll end the quarter on that
Got
holding
a
call.
hold, number 23 White.
Yeah, I'm going to try to
declined.
get Coach Rice to
Illegal
play.
man downfield. That's declined. It's halftime.
All right, thanks. Oh, well, that's I hope we're going to get a interview here with Coach Reisdorf. We'll keep it here for a moment, see if we can get the Coach Reisdorf's comments as the Cougars lead it here, 28-0. And let's go downstairs and check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Coach, 28-0 on homecoming night. How do you feel about the first half?
I feel great about what our defense is doing. I'm real happy with that. Our offense is moving the ball and like we should, and I'm just proud of our defense.
Coach, can you give me any information on Wyatt?
I think he hyperextended his elbow, so that's all I know.
Hey, Coach, thank you a lot.
All right, thanks, Brandon. Coach Reisdorf, obviously in a good position here at intermission with his team up 28-0. Our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show is coming up. Don't forget Junior Pass promotion happening out at Sunrise. Your son or daughter age 12 or under can ski or board for free this winter with a free season pass. All they have to do is bring a can of food for a donation. They can take a scenic lift ride, recite a responsibility code, and they are skiing for free all year during the 15-16 ski season. That's this October 9th, 10th, and 11th. 3 days this year from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Go to sunriseskipark.com for details at sunriseskipark.com. Back with the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show when we return. This is high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Sunrise Park Resort is now open every Friday to Monday through Labor Day weekend. Bring the family for a full day of fun and activities, including scenic lift rides, mountain biking and bike rentals, tube slide, airbag jump, and more. Book your reservation at the Sunrise Hotel with beautiful views of the lake and mountain, or rent a boat at the Sunrise Lake Marina. And make sure you visit our general store for all your camping and fishing needs. For more information, please call 928-735-7669 or visit our website at sunriseskipark.com.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car? Their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware, the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overgard, and Show Low.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelley Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
There's no better time to visit Horn Auto Center. Check out the all-new Chevy Silverado. Voted 2014 North American Truck of the Year. Strong for all the roads ahead. Or find new roads with the all-new Corvette Stingray. Voted the 2014 North American Car of the Year. Visit Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs in Show Low across from Safeway and at hornauto.com. You're at home with Horn since 1991.
Black Diamond Auto Glass provides the finest full-service mobile and in-shop glass repair services. From free chip repair to windshield replacement, tinting, and more. We're here to pamper you and your car.
Black Diamond Auto Glass. Yeah!
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Welcome back to Show Low High School and our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Brandon Todd has a halftime interview for us. Let's check in with him. Brandon.
Thanks, Camden. Hey, I'm here with Commander McNeil of the Show Low Police Department. They're over here doing a, thanks Papa Frank for interrupting my interview. We're doing a raffle to benefit the Special Olympics. Commander McNeil, what's going on over here?
We're selling tickets for Special Olympics, to raise money for Special Olympics, and we have a 300 Win Mag rifle, and it's got a bipod on it, and a $450 scope, and a $400 Pelican case. It's $2,000 value, and the hub has helped us out with that. And we're selling 1,500 tickets total at $10 a piece. The drawing is October 16th, and we're hoping to sell all 1,500. Right now we're about 400 in, so we've got a couple weeks till the 16th. If you don't get your tickets tonight, you can get them at the PD, at the police department, the city hall, the hub, and the Morning Rose.
Now, it's not just a winner take all, right? Aren't there second and third place prizes as well?
There is. We have a $500 cash second prize and $300 cash third prize.
Best of luck to you, Commander McNeil. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brandon.
Boss.
All right, thanks, Brandon. And a great cause. If you get a chance, be sure to support that cause. It's an awesome opportunity for you to be supportive of our youth in the community, and just a really neat organization, the Special Olympics. And of course, Show Low Police Department, can't say enough about them and their work to try to help a great cause. It's just a neat opportunity to see that happen. Let's go now with a scoring recap. Punt, the first half did not go the way I thought it would go, but I'll tell you what, the Cougars got to be pretty happy.
Well, absolutely, and of course, all Cougars in the first half with the score 28-0 at half. Reisdorf starting off with just 10:29 left in the first quarter with the first score, 18-yard touchdown run by him. That drive, 5 plays, total of 55 yards. That brings the score to 7-0, and then Reisdorf finding Clark deep in the middle of the field over the safeties for Combs to get a second touchdown with 5:45 in the first. 46-yard touchdown pass to Quentin Clark. And then Reisdorf again in the second quarter, 9:33 in the second quarter, finding Fagoti in the end zone on a 20-yard touchdown pass. So that finished an 8-play drive covering 73 yards to bring the score to 21-zip. And then right at the end of the first half, Jason Brown with a 1-yard touchdown run with just 40 seconds left on the clock. And, of course, the kick conversion good after that touchdown run. That last drive of Sholo covering 70 yards on just 7 plays to bring us to our halftime score of 28-0.
All right, thanks, Punt. We'll be back with a look inside the numbers. Mike Caldwell breaks down the first half for you when we return. This is the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Your son or daughter age 12 and under can ski for free this season. All they got to do is go to Sunrise Park Resort on October 9th, 10th, and 11th. It is the Junior Pass promotion. Bring a can of food, take a scenic lift ride, and recite a responsibility code. Full details available at sunriseskipark.com. That's sunriseskipark.com. As we enjoy our halftime here, it's the Sholo Marching Band taking us to break. We'll be back after this.
This job looks perfect. It says you need a high school diploma. You've got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that.
Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Black Diamond Auto Glass provides the finest full-service mobile and in-shop glass repair services. From free chip repair to windshield replacement, tinting, and more. We're here to pamper you and your car.
Black Diamond Auto Glass. Yeah!
Sunrise Park Resort is now open every Friday to Monday through Labor Day weekend. Bring the family for a full day of fun and activities, including scenic lift rides, mountain biking and bike rentals, tube slide, airbag jump, and more. Book your reservation at the Sunrise Hotel with beautiful views of the lake and mountain, or rent a boat at the Sunrise Lake Marina. And make sure you visit our general store for all your camping and fishing needs. For more information, please call 928-735-7669 or visit our website at sunriseskipark.com.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car? Their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overguard, and Sholo.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelley Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Sholo, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Sholo, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
There's no better time to visit Horn Auto Center. Check out the all-new Chevy Silverado. Voted 2014 North American Truck of the Year. Strong for all the roads ahead. Or find new roads with the all-new Corvette Stingray. Voted the 2014 North American Car of the Year. Visit Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs in Sholo across from Safeway and at hornauto.com. You're at home with Horn since 1991.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state.
And in Sholo and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
Sholo High School as we take a look at homecoming festivities here at Sholo High School. It's the Cougars up 28-0 here at halftime over the Combs Coyotes. And we've got more scores from around the league as we go back to the studio and check in with our very own Royce Kincannon and this scoring update. Royce?
Hey, welcome to Football Arizona Style. Hey, it's Flowing Wells 21, Amphi 12, Casa Grande 28, Santa Rita 0, Saw Arita 10, and Walden Grove 0, Empire 13, Catalina Magnet 0, Snowflake and Florence are tied at 12, Blue Ridge 14, Coolidge 0, and the last thing we've heard from Payson is ahead of Flagstaff by a score of 6-0. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Royce. As the festivities continue here, we see Fagoti, part of the homecoming court, coming out, and a lot of football players going. A lot of football players as part of that homecoming court out there. Reisdorf, one of those. Also, Cerna, Dominic Cerna, a guy out there that we recognize, and they're about to announce the king and queen. We'll try to get. Brittany Boucher just nominated. Well, I'm not even going to guess.
Yeah.
Let's go to Mike Caldwell with a look inside the numbers that tell the true story here at the break here in our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Mike?
Well, thanks, Camden. As score indicated, it's all show low. It's a dominating performance. They have scored on 4 of their possessions. The one possession they didn't score, they threw an interception. Combs, on the other hand, also had 5 possessions, and they've punted their first 3 possessions, and then their last 2 drives have been ended by interceptions. Reisdorf is red hot. He has no balls that he's thrown has hit the ground. He's 13 of 14 for 200 yards and 2 TDs. He does have 1 interception, but he's deadly accurate tonight. Clark's the leading receiver for the Sholo Cougars with 5 receptions, 108 yards and 1 TD, with Jason Brown chipping in 3 receptions for 34 yards. Leading the way for the Cougars on the rushing is Weston Kime for 8 carries for 55 yards, and Jason Brown adding 3 carries for 28 yards. Their total for the half, again, Reisdorf has 200 yards passing, and the Cougars have added 99 yards rushing, so they've got a total of 29 yards total for the first half. They had some problems with the penalties. They've had 5 penalties for 35 yards. And again, they have the 1 interceptions, no fumbles. Combs has been totally shut down. We've got Skylar Johnson's the leading passer and the rusher for Combs. He's 2 for 6 for 24 yards and 2 interceptions. He's also the leading ball carrier with 10 carries for 32 yards. Sholo's held Combs to a total of 58 yards rushing. Some of the Cougars leading the game on defensively is Angel Moreno. He's having an outstanding game with 5 tackles and a sack. Vargas has added an interception, and Fagoti's also added an interception. So it's totally dominating by the stats as the score indicates, and the stats back those up.
Thanks, Mike. And, Moreno came into the contest with only 9 tackles on the season, so 5 for him and a sack is a pretty good night defensively. And, of course, those numbers unofficial, but from our vantage point, Moreno been pretty dominant defensively tonight. And that was the question mark coming into the game tonight was, can the Cougars step up defensively? Florence put up 21 points against them. They've had struggles defensively early on in the season, and we thought that Sholo was going to struggle with Combs tonight. So far, that hasn't been the case.
Not at all. And then just a quick, brief conversation that Brandon was able to have with Coach Reisdorf before they go into the locker room at halftime, he mentioned exactly that without any prompting. He quickly highlighted the defensive performance tonight, and he's spot on. I mean, they're just looking outstanding. I'm actually a little surprised Combs was able to generate 58 yards of offense. I thought it might be lower than that because this Sholo defense, swarming defense, doing a great job dominating the line of scrimmage so far up front. So if they can continue that in the second half, they certainly have a pretty easy coast through that second half.
All right, Ron Everingham's got an interview for us. Let's go to Ron. Ron?
Thanks, Cam. We're down here on the field with Sarah King and Jeremiah Pratt, the homecoming king and queen for this evening, for this year. And so, Sarah, what does this honor mean to you?
It is very exciting, and it's really honorable that everyone from the school got to vote for us and that we didn't have anything to do with it, but it was really awesome.
Okay, Jeremiah, you're in the band. What do you do in the band?
I play the tenor sax. I'm the low brass section leader as well.
Okay, and so what does this honor mean to you representing Sholo?
I don't know when the last time a band member was homecoming king, but it's kind of cool.
It's very cool. And so we're from up in the, they want to know who is the better dancer between you two. Okay, Jeremiah says no. She says Jeremiah. So there you go. Congratulations, guys. Yeah, they want to see you dance. No, that's not going to happen.
We'll be the judge. Oh.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, Ron. Appreciate it. At halftime, Cougars up 28-0. And punt real fast before we take our final break here and conclude our comments with the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. We thought Combs, after they beat Payson last week, and one of the reasons we thought Combs had such a good shot at causing some complications for the Cougars this week was because of the Payson Longhorns schedule. I mean, they look like they've been blowing people out.
Yeah, they've been putting up a lot of points. Now, granted, some of the competition earlier wasn't as super high level, but you cannot look past Payson this year. I mean, they've shown the ability to score points big time. So to lose to Combs last week, you're exactly right, Cam. You know, it gave us the feeling that Combs was coming up not only off of a high of a victory against Payson, but had the horsepower, at least potentially would have the horsepower to give the Cougars more of a game tonight than what we saw in that first half.
Well, that'll wrap up our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show, brought to you by the Sunrise Park Resort. Now with a opportunity for your son or daughter age 12 and under to ski for free this winter with a free session, a free season pass all season long. All they have to do is bring a can of food for a donation, take a scenic lift ride, and recite a responsibility code. That's this October 9th, 10th, and 11th from 9 to 4 p.m. Go to sunriseskipark.com for details. That's sunriseskipark.com. Back with the second half when we return. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car, their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overguard, and Sholo.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelly Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Sholo, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Sholo, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
This is high school.
There's no better time to visit Horn Auto Center. Check out the all-new Chevy Silverado. Voted 2014 North American Truck of the Year. Strong for all the roads ahead. Or find new roads with the all-new Corvette Stingray. Voted the 2014 North American Car of the Year. Visit Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs in Show Low across from Safeway and at hornauto.com. You're at home with Horn since 1991.
To Show Low High School, the Cougars up 28-0 here at intermission, and we're set for the third quarter. And our Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it comes to time to kick off your college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition in Arizona. Get the same education you would get at any other institution in the state, but at a fraction of the cost. Why not choose Northland Pioneer College when it's time to get your education needs taken care of? As we get set for the kickoff, a high end over end are going to be fielded at the 15 to the 20. Up the numbers at the 30, small hole. It's Ramirez on the return out to the 36-yard line. Jason Brown hangs on to drag him down at the 35.
Well, and a good tackle by Jason Brown. We've called his name a lot tonight. But not a bad return there for Combs. So this is, good field position to start at their 35, but the key to them, for them right now, is to move the ball down the field, and if they can get some points early, I think that'll be a good boost for them.
Ramirez wide to the near side of the set. Tight end lines up, double tight set here. No, excuse me, tight end to the left. Full house backfield behind Johnson on first down from the Coyote 35, and we get penalty markers and
ball, full start, white, still one.
So a 5-yard penalty.
And they're going to call the tight end. It looked like number 88, James Stillwell, for Combs out on that left side, just jumped early. So not a good start to a drive for Combs' first drive here in the second half.
Wide receiver to the near side of the set is Ramirez. Tight end left, same formation. Johnson, 3 backs behind him. 1st and 15. Hand it right side. Trying to pick his way through traffic is Guerra. And Guerra is out across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
A lot of colliding bodies up at the line of scrimmage. A couple of Sholo guys and a couple of Combs guys slow to get up. They're really banging heads out there tonight. A very physical football game for sure.
That's Christian Flores, a 6'3", 265-pound senior for the Coyotes, who's limping back to the huddle. Looks like he's okay at the moment. Couple receivers go either side of the set. Still a full house backfield behind Johnson on 2nd down and 12. Pump fake deep, throws the little screen out to the near side, or a little float pass to the near side to the back out of the backfield. The pass is caught by Dalton Lupton, the 5'9", 160-pound senior. Slips and falls, though, after he catches it.
Well, he's trying to make a cut because of the good defensive adjustment and reaction by the corners for Sholo. I believe number 31, Xavier Vargas, who we saw intercept the ball earlier. Also Quentin Clark out there, but when he's trying to make that cut, loses his footing, as you say, so no gain on that play.
Stillwell wide near side. Couple receivers out to the left. One of those is Ramirez out wide left. Johnson looking to throw on 3rd down and 15. Johnson chased out of bounds. Gets back to the 35-yard line where he's knocked out by a couple of Cougars. One of those in on the stop is Dallin Tenney.
And Skylar Johnson, the quarterback, gets up limping after that hit on the sideline. He's really taken a beating tonight. As Mike Caldwell mentioned at half, he's the leading rusher, really the leading offense for Coyotes tonight, but in the process is really getting pounded by that Sholo defense.
Wide receivers left and right here. Tight end on the left side. A punt formation. Cuerte takes the snap, high snap, handles it well, gets off a great punt, and it's a fumble. And the Coyotes say they have it. The official says they have it. Sandoval on the hit.
And that's
Fagoti, I think, that was trying to receive it. Excuse me, no, Clark. who bobbled it.
I'm surprised Clark didn't call for a fair catch on that because the defender was right in his grill. So a great timing on the hit by whoever the Combs defender was to get that ball loose, and other players for Combs, Sandoval, one of them, in the position to be able to scoop up that loose ball.
28-0, Cougars lead, but the Coyotes knocking on the door after the turnover. It's their second +2 in the turnover department. They hand it off left side. Not much there at the 24-yard line.
Number 32, Eric Guerra.
Guerra on the carry, and he has a couple.
And again, they're running off tackle out of that full house formation and just not finding much room at all. And you got to credit the defensive front for just holding firm, and those linebackers on the outside for turning those runners up inside. And just a great defensive effort again by the Cougars there to limit the gains by Combs.
9.5 left to play third quarter. Coyotes down 28-0. And the football handed off straight ahead, and the Cougars stack up the running back, Lupton, and pile him backwards. Dallin Tenney and Jason Brown, the first two to greet him, along with Fillingham.
So they'll bring up a third down here at about 6 or 7 for Combs, more like 7. So tough spot. They're going to have to find a play here to keep this drive alive. Now being in the Sholo's end of the field. This is the first drive tonight's game where Combs has been able to get this far down the field.
Wide receiver comes here to the near side. It's Huerte. Couple receivers wide to the left. Set a man in motion towards the formation. Hand to him. Sweeping right side. It's Guerra. Guerra cuts it upfield at 20. Slips a tackle. 10, 5. Dives for the end zone. And it is out of bounds. Quentin Clark knocks Guerra out of bounds inside the 5. A touchdown saving tackle by Quentin Clark. Good for a Horn Auto Center first down. I believe that's only their second first down, third first down.
I'm not sure, but, that's a great open field tackle by Quentin Clark to prevent the touchdown. But, that's the first time I think we've seen that motion from Combs tonight on that play. But that time they were able to get outside, does Combs, and get a big gain, and at a really critical time for in this drive for Combs.
Stillwell and O'Haver wide right, Ramirez wide to the left. They're going to hand it off straight ahead. The Cougars pushing Espinoza backwards, but Espinoza finds a way into the end zone, and the Coyotes have their first touchdown of the night. 3 yards on the score as Espinoza scores it for the Coyotes, and this changes the game completely. The Cougars up by 4 touchdowns prior to that. Now only up by 3, and we see the swinging gate formation for the Coyotes. Skylar Johnson is going to hold now as they shift the line over. O'Haver to kick. And here's the kick on the untimed down, and it is good. So, with 8.5 remaining here in the the third quarter, the Coyotes finally on the board, but it's the Cougars who are up by 3 touchdowns, 28-7. We'll step away. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Black Diamond Auto Glass provides the finest full-service mobile and in-shop glass repair services. From free chip repair to windshield replacement, tinting, and more. We're here to pamper you and your car.
Black Diamond Auto Glass. Yeah.
Welcome back. It's the Cougars up 28-7. Kickoff going to be taken off right ahead, and it's a hole for Brewer. Jace Brewer, one man to beat, and he's struck down at the 40-yard line.
Saving tackle by Coda McLaws. But had he not been there to make that tackle, Brewer had nothing but green in front of him. So a good open field tackle to prevent the touchdown. And Camden, that score by Combs on their first possession in the second half, if you were to write a prescription for them to try to stay in this game, that would have been exactly it. Punch back, put some points on the board. So kudos to Combs for trying to make an effort here to stay in this thing. But now they're going to have to stop this Sholo offense, something they had difficulty doing in the first half.
Brewer and Fagoti come here to the near sideline. Clark wide right. Reisdorf from the gun. Play action, pump fakes, throws far side, has a man, and it is caught. No, Clark can't hang on to it. At the 30-yard line, Clark took a nice hit that time, and what maybe knocked the ball loose there was Fide Cuerte, the 5'9", 178-pound junior for the Coyotes, maybe saving a touchdown on that play.
And that was a fake out and up by Quentin Clark with the fake by Reisdorf to get the corners to bite. But as you say, Cuerte playing center field at that free safety position, doing a good job of drifting over and making a very timely hit to knock that pass loose.
Clark lining up again on that right side. It's Brewer here to the near side, along with Fagoti. They hand it straight ahead to
Cody Irwin.
Yeah, Irwin,
the junior.
5'10", 140-pound junior for the Cougars in at tailback here.
First time we've seen him tonight. So clearly Coach Reisdorf with, we talked about Willie Wyatt not even suiting up here in the second half. He's finding the opportunity here to rotate some of the backs in.
Clark and
give him
Fagoti
time.
Wide to the right. Brewer comes here to the near side. Jason Brown is the slot on the right side. And Reisdorf rolling right on third down, and Fogg going to be tracked down from behind on a great tackle.
That's awesome defensive play. 44, Sheldon Pearson coming from the opposite side, outside linebacker position on the blitz. Had to run down Reisdorf completely across the field from that backside and able to shoestring Reisdorf as soon as he was leaving the pocket to try to scramble for a gain. So just a great defensive effort by Pearson.
Sheldon Pearson, one of the top tacklers on the team, came in tonight with 33 tackles, averaging 8.3 tackles per game, and averaging 1 tackle per game for a loss. And he gets a great tackle there. Fourth down, and hard snap count, and it looks like the Coyotes have jumped. Let's see if they were called off.
Dead ball, encroachment, white, first down.
And that's by design by the Cougars with just needing 4 yards to get the first down. They go with the hard count, and they're able to pull off Combs, or pull Combs over. So easy way to get a first down there for the Cougars. Great execution by them.
So Horn Auto Center first down for Sholo. And Horn Auto Center reminds you that you're at home with Horn since 1991. Reisdorf to throw on first down. Near side, has a man, overthrows Fagoti. And Fagoti goes chest first across the track trying to come up with that one. Leaps to make the grab and can't come up with it.
Well, I'll tell you, at the start of that play, the wide slot, the corner was out on the X or the wide out, but there was no one covering the slot, and then free safety finally drifted over. But look for a minute there that Sholo would have a receiver out on that wide slot with no one covering them.
Fagoti, Brewer, left side. Clark, wide right. Jason Brown lining up in the slot on the left side this time. Here's the snap, fake the handoff, throw to Brewer. Wide receiver screen, 40. Stiff arms a tackler, but he'll get to his legs at the 45-yard line. It's O'Haver who brings him down after a gain of about 6 or 7.
Well, and a good block by Jason Brown on the inside to free up room for Brewer to cut loose. So, we've called Jason Brown's name a lot tonight, certainly on the defensive side with some great tackling and great penetration into the gaps up front, but offensively tonight just doing an outstanding job as well.
Again, Clark and Fagoti this time lining up to the right side of the set. Single receiver to the near side, hard snap count. Reisdorf has Brown lined up in the slot on the left side. Hand it to Kime. Kime up into the 40-yard line, close to a Horn Auto Center first down. Let's check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Thanks, Camden. Hey, I've been down here on the field the whole game, and one thing that I'm really impressed with is Rhett Reisdorf's arm. Obviously, he's been very accurate, but there's some zip on this ball tonight that I feel like I haven't seen in a while. So I've had a chance to speak with Coach Reisdorf about that. He said that's something that they work on all the time, is strengthening his arm.
All right, thanks a lot, Brandon. And Reisdorf looked very sharp in that first half. New set of downs for the Cougars. Give it to Kime. Kime off a tackle. Leaps another one at the 30. And he gets back inside. And he'll be knocked down at the 20-yard line. How about Kime on the run?
Well, that's a sophomore carrying the ball tonight for the Cougars, doing an outstanding job. As Kime made a couple of great cuts off of good blocks. But very smart runner in terms of using his blockers out in front. Doing an outstanding job for the Cougars tonight.
It's like Kime a little binged up on the play. The sophomore getting a little rattled on that one.
He reminds me a little of Brandon Todd when you see those moves out there, Camden.
I've seen Brandon run like that just in the studio.
Yeah.
Here's the snap to Reisdorf, rolling right, looking, throws, Brown hit as he receives the pass, and not much there.
Kyle Flake, the linebacker, moving over and making contact right at the reception. So just outstanding defense by Flake for the Combs Coyotes on that play.
You know, one thing to mention about Reisdorf is every single play he comes to the sideline to get that play and shuttles it in for the Cougars. He's running a couple of miles just in the first half. Reisdorf in the gun. Two receivers left. Play action. Rolling right. Throws. Man open in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Quentin Clark on the reception. 10 yards for the score. And the Cougars have their 5th touchdown of the night. And that's how you answer after giving up a turnover and a touchdown. 60 yards, 9 plays, capped off by a 10-yard touchdown pass from Reisdorf to Quentin Clark.
And again, Clark just finding room out on that corner, that deep corner, and Reisdorf with a well-timed pass, perfectly placed.
Gardnier on to try the point after. He punches it through, and with 4.5 remaining in the third, the Sholo Cougars lead it 35-7. We'll step away. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Sunrise Park Resort is now open every Friday to Monday through Labor Day weekend. Bring the family for a full day of fun and activities, including scenic cliff rides, mountain biking and bike rentals, tube slide, airbag jump, and more. Book your reservation at the Sunrise Hotel with beautiful views of the lake and mountain, or rent a boat at the Sunrise Lake Marina. And make sure you visit our general store for all your camping and fishing needs. For more information, please call 928-735-7669 or visit our website at sunriseskipark.com.
On their first possession with a really good long drive, but for Sholo to come back and punch him right back in the face, that's huge in terms of maintaining momentum.
End over end kick, and Ramirez has trouble with it, drops it to the ground, picks it up at the 15. Fillingham comes in, wipes his legs out at the 20. He falls forward to the 21. Jason Brown in on the stop as well. And we remind you that tonight's contest is brought to you in part by Black Diamond Auto Glass. And Black Diamond Auto Glass, if you are looking for a place to get your windshield repaired, we could not recommend more Black Diamond Auto Glass. You want to step in there today, say hello to Josh Craner. They have some of the best technicians on the mountain, and they also do some of the best work. And you cannot go wrong if you go with Black Diamond Auto Glass. Whether you need your windshield replaced, need your car windows tinted, they do it all at Black Diamond Auto Glass. 4.5 left to play here in the third quarter. Combs trailing 35-7. Handed off straight ahead, Espinosa. Across the 25-yard line, puts the ball out to the 26. They'll mark him down at the 25. Moreno and Jason Brown on the stop.
Well, also Levi Fillingham going in low from that outside linebacker position down around the ankles, able to trip him up as well. But not a bad gain for a first down, for a first down play call there, punching out a 4-yard gain. Does Combs.
Guerra lines up as a wide receiver now. They set him in motion and send him across the formation. They give to Espinosa. Fillingham hits him at the line of scrimmage. On second effort, though, he picks up some yardage. Close to the 30, will be out to the 29.
And there's, in addition to Fillingham, you see Jason Brown again, inside linebacker position, shooting the gap and just playing very aggressive downhill football defensively for the Cougars tonight. I don't know how many times we've called his number tonight.
And the officials are going to stop the clock here with 3:19 left to play. Thought we'd get an explanation, but we don't. Now they wind the clock. 35-7. The Sholo Cougars leading with 3 minutes left to play. 3:11 left to play here in the third. Two receivers out to the left, making a trip set out to the left. Single receiver near side. Johnson, single back in the backfield. Third down and 3, dropping straight back to throw. Sets up a little screen near side. It is caught as Guerra gets upended and the helmet comes flying off.
That's off of Fillingham for Sholo. Jason Brown also in on the play, and actually that was 23, Josh Espinosa. And it initially looked like he was going to take a time to get back up, but he pops up after that big hit from the defense. But another first down for Combs. We'll see if they can continue a drive here, something they desperately need.
Wide receiver left, two receivers to the right side of the set. Johnson goes under center with a single back in the backfield. They send Guerra in motion and run him across the formation. Hand to Espinosa, and Espinosa has some room out to the 41-yard line. But we got a penalty marker thrown in the backfield. Preliminary indication is an illegal shift. But we'll wait to hear what Chuck Copeland, the head official tonight, has to say about the penalty. So far tonight, both teams have had several flags thrown against them.
It's so good.
And here's
got illegal motion, 2 men in motion, it'll be accepted, first down.
So illegal motion against the Coyotes. 5-yard penalty.
Moving a 5-yard penalty,
And they replay first down on it, so it'll be 35-7 in favor of the Cougars with 2:08 left in the third and a first down and 15 for Combs from the Combs 34.
Once again,
don't forget to stick around to our post-game comments where we'll announce our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game. Brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Guerra sets in motion, now sets as a receiver on the right side. Johnson rolling right, throws to Guerra, caught at the 39. He slips though and falls down after the catch. Had some green in front of him, green in the way of grass, but could not keep his footing that time.
Yeah, a well-placed pass to Guerra, but we've seen that a couple of times tonight, Camden, with these backs trying to make cuts or even stops, lose their footing. So clearly there's a lot of moisture out there on the field tonight.
Wide receiver to the far side of the set is O'Haver. Single receiver near side is Ramirez. And the tight end lines up on the left side. They send Guerra in motion to the left side. Johnson looking left, throws towards Guerra,
nice.
And it is caught. It is it's Stillwell, I believe, on the reception.
Correct. James Stillwell.
Stillwell with a Horn Auto Center first down.
Well, there was a key block in the backfield. I couldn't pick up the lineman's number for Combs, but it looked for a minute there that Johnson would get stung from an outside blitz. But a well-timed and well-placed block to allow him just enough time to find Stillwell out in the flat. So another first down for Combs, and they keep their drive alive here.
And the Cougars take a timeout. We'll take one with them. It's 35-7 Cougars with 56 seconds left to play in the third. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelley Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
Welcome back to Show Low High School. The Cougars up 35-7. We've got a scoring update for you. We'll get to that here in just a moment as Royce Kincannon's got some surprising scores, I think, for a lot of people. As the Jackets may have jumped out to one of their biggest offensive nights of the year. Pass to O'Haver on the far side, close to a first down. Let's go back to the studio and check in with Royce Kincannon and this scoring update. Royce?
That's right. We've got scores from around Division IV football. It's Flowing Wells 21, Amphi 12. Casa Grande is all over Santa Rita by a score of 55-6. Saw Rita 10, Walden Grove 0. Empire 41, Catalina Magnet 6. Snowflake and Florence are still tied at 12. It's the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets 28, the Coolidge Bears 0. And Payson all over Flagstaff by a score of 18-7. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot. And Espinoza carries here off tackle left side to pick up a Horn Auto Center first down. And surprised by any of those scores, Punt?
Well, clearly the Snowflake-Florence game, a big surprise. You know, we saw Florence give Blue Ridge a double overtime battle last week. But I have to be honest, I didn't think they would play it so tight against the Lobos. So that clearly the biggest surprise for me tonight.
2 right, 2 left. Johnson under center. Single back in the backfield. Fake to him. Throw left side. Caught. O'Haver, that's Ramirez on the reception, close to a first down at the 21.
Okay, on this drive, Camden, we've seen in 3 successive plays, Combs be able to, through the pass and with the run, really move the ball down the field, at least 20 yards or so. So clearly if they can keep this up, they're going to be in good shape.
That is the end of the fourth quarter. We will end of the third quarter. We'll step away. The Cougars lead it 35-7. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelley Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
Welcome back to Show Low High School. Time for the fourth and final quarter here. Presented by Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low. Remind you that Hatch Motor Company will provide you the best in sales and in service. Simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company. Combs, hand to Espinoza. Espinoza tries to get around the left end this time. Has a couple of yards as he crosses the 20. Fagoti makes the stop along with Jace Brewer for the Cougars.
By number 21,
it's play number 10 for the Combs Coyotes, and the Coyotes have figured out how to move the football here.
So clearly they're seeing something from that first half that they've made some adjustments with there in the second half. One thing that's really noticeable, we talked about the pressure the Cougars were able to bring on Skylar Johnson, the quarterback, but he's had some time here in the second half to be able to find the open receivers.
They sent Guerra out wide to the right side of the set with Stillwell and one other receiver. Ramirez lines up on the left side. Johnson doesn't get the handoff, and he off to his back, and then he turns and tries to run with it. Dylan Gabbard going to wrap him up and knock him down after no gain on the play. Actually a loss of 1, brings up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, that was definitely a broken play. He was expecting the back to be there to hand off to. As soon as he recognized that back wasn't there, he just turns and runs. But good adjustment up front by the Cougar defense to gather him up and hold him, actually have him lose yardage here on that play.
O'Haver wide to the right, along with Guerra and Stillwell. Ramirez wide to the left, Johnson under center. Single back in the backfield, I believe, is Espinoza. They hand it, hand to Espinoza, sweeping right, turns it upfield, big collision, and a penalty marker comes in as he gets to the 12-yard line. Some hard-fought yards there.
Well, you know, we expect physical defense and physical performance from the Cougars, but I got to tell you, Espinoza doing a great job of just taking on all comers there, playing fearless football over on that sideline.
Got 55 White with a block in the back.
And a bad time to pick up that penalty for the Combs Coyotes. They were moving the football, putting together some first downs along this drive. They've run 11 plays now, or is it 12 plays? 12 plays on this drive so far, and now we'll face a second down and about 15. And Johnson, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Espinoza, the lone back in the backfield. Johnson under center, hand to Espinoza, no fumble, and diving to get on it is Johnson. And Jason Brown also trying to get to that football, but it looks like Johnson has recovered.
They do recover the fumble, but the bad thing is, while they do keep the ball here, they lose a big chunk of yardage, does Combs, after doing a pretty good job of marching deep down into Sholo territory. So now with 3rd down and a long 20 at least to get the first down. That's a big hit for them offensively.
Yeah, you just cannot have those types of errors when you're trying to put together a scoring drive. They just had all things going, momentum going their way offensively. Let's see if they can pull out of it. 3rd down and 20. Call it 22 for a first. And they go with the reverse, coming near sideline, O'Haver. O'Haver cuts it upfield at the 20, has room to the 10, 5, touchdown! Coyotes score it.
28-yard touchdown run on that reverse. Great play calling by the Combs coaches, reading the over the pursuit by that Sholo defense. We've been praising the defense for being aggressive and shutting off those outside edges. That time, Sholo getting caught in the over pursuit, and just a great piece of play calling by the Combs coaches.
Let's go to Brandon Todd as we see the swinging gate on the point after. Brandon?
You know, I'm down here on the Sholo sidelines, and as soon as that reverse went in for the end zone, I looked back at the coaching staff, and it was kind of a surreal moment. All of them were looking at each other, kind of like, what happened there? Everybody was confused, even the coaches.
All right, thanks, Brandon. Point after try is good, and the Coyotes have 14 of their own up on the board. 35-14's our score with 9:07 left to play in the 4th. We'll step away. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Black Diamond Auto Glass provides the finest full-service mobile and in-shop glass repair services, from free chip repair to windshield replacement, tinting, and more. We're here to pamper you and your car.
Black Diamond Auto Glass. Yeah.
Ball carried by number 24, Weston Kime. Gain of 3 on the play, second down. Rice was pass to move number 2, Punt Clark. Big game for Clark on the play. All the way back to up to the 47-yard line for the Cougars. 1st and 10, Cholo.
Between Reisdorf and Clark, and Chase Jentic again, the victim on that move. I mean, he still was able to adjust with some coverage to make the tackle, but he bites on that out pattern and the fake.
8:05 left to play, fourth quarter. We apologize. We had a technical difficulty with our audio up here in the booth, but back now. And here is Kime, straight ahead, has a hole, and at the 10 to the 5, touchdown! The Cougars scoring from 21 yards out.
Yeah, and our stat guy, Mike Caldwell, exactly right, catching Combs in a blitz that time due to the Cougars. So well-timed play under those circumstances, and Kime making the most of it, just doing a great job finding the seam up the middle for the touchdown run.
So the Cougars answer again after the Coyotes with a scoring drive. Clark to hold, Gardner to kick. Point after try is up, and it's good. And at 7:58 left to play in the game, the Cougars lead 42-15 on 4 plays on that drive. And I'll tell you what, the Cougars offense is for real. Let's go back to the studio. I think Royce Kincannon's on hand with a scoring update. And we'll do that now. Royce Kincannon in this scoring update. Royce?
Yeah, we've got rockets flying down the valley today as Sahuarita and Walden Grove has a bench-clearing fight. They have all students from the sidelines coming in. They ejected 4 players from each team, including the quarterback for Sahuarita. That's really going to upset things. But in the meantime, Flowing Wells 35, Emphi 22, Casa Grande 69, Santa Rita 6, Sahuarita 33, Walden Grove 7, Empire 47, Catalina Magnet 6, Snowflake and Florence still tied at 12, Blue Ridge 28, Coolidge 0, and Payson 18, Flagstaff 7. Back to you.
Royce, and
Actually, I just got an update on that. Blue Ridge scores 28-7 with just over 2 minutes left in the game. Coolidge scoring on a strip ball fumble recovery for 70-yard touchdown.
Gardenier to put foot into the Northland Pioneer College kickoff after the Black Diamond Auto Glass touchdown. Fielded at the 15, O'Haver picks his way through traffic, going to be knocked out, driven out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Dallin Tenney in on the stop. Along with
O'Haver, scrappy player for Combs tonight. Under pressure, he's still able to find room and turn that into a nice return there, kick return, putting Combs in great field position to start their drive here.
Checking the Black Diamond Auto Glass scoreboard here at Show Low High School. The Cougars up 42-15 with just under 8 to play in the contest. At Snowflake, a new score there, 20-12, Snowflake over the Florence Gophers. That compliments of the public address announcing team here at Show Low High School. Trip set right, single receiver left, pitch it to Espinoza. Espinoza upended as a great tackle that time by Gabbard, goes underneath and takes his legs out from underneath him at the 40-yard line.
Well, and also Jason Brown there in to assist on that tackle, so good tandem work by those two defenders for Sholo.
So that bench clearing fight coming on the heels of some crazy stuff happening in high school football, one of which a couple of players.
Well, and I don't know if most people know that Sahuarita and Walden Grove, crosstown rivals, the two high schools not very far apart from each other.
Quick throw near side, picked off. Cougars could go the distance to the 20, 15, 10. Weston Kime, a pick six, 40 yards on the return for the 6 points.
That's a big time defensive play there. Kime sensing, we've seen Combs go to those quick out passes in the flats to their wideouts. That time Kime, playing tight at the line of scrimmage and reading the quarterback's eyes, just steps right in front of that passing lane and picks it off, and nothing but green in front for the big six.
Beautiful pass interception, and that'll tack a nail into the coffin here. As Quentin Clark set to hold, Gardenier to try the point after try. And it's up and it's good. And with 7:06 left to play in the contest, it's the Sholo Cougars leading 49-15. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Sunrise Park Resort is now open every Friday to Monday through Labor Day weekend. Bring the family for a full day of fun and activities, including scenic lift rides, mountain biking and bike rentals, tube slide, airbag jump, and more. Book your reservation at the Sunrise Hotel with beautiful views of the lake and mountain, or rent a boat at the Sunrise Lake Marina. And make sure you visit our general store for all your camping and fishing needs. For more information, please call 928-735-7669 or visit our website at sunriseskipark.com.
Sholo Cougars up 49-15 with 7:06 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Gardenier set to kick from the Cougar 40-yard line. Back to receive, it's Ramirez and O'Haver standing at their 15-yard line. Northland Pioneer College kickoff to O'Haver. Fielded at the 15, up the numbers to the 20, to the 25. Jason Brown hit him first. And then Jace Brewer and Levi Fillingham drive him backwards. They'll give him forward progress to the 25. Some impressive games going on tonight. That Snowflake Florence game is a surprise. We thought Snowflake would walk all over Florence tonight. The Coolidge Blue Ridge game is a surprise.
Yeah, Blue Ridge able to finally break away from their 1-point victory streak in all their games and put up some serious points tonight.
At the moment, anyway.
And also that Payson score against Flagstaff, also impressive.
Johnson under center. Man in motion towards the formation. They hand it to him. That's Guerra. He sweeps left, cuts it upfield. 30, 40, 45. Angles out of bounds after he crosses midfield. He's knocked out
Johnson hands off to number
and is slow to get up as Vargas knocked him out of bounds at the Cougar 45.
Well, Guerra making a great move just past the line of scrimmage as he goes into the second level against those linebackers. Couldn't see who he put the move on, but just outstanding effort. And then able to get outside. Looked like he might have the ability to outrun the defense, but credit Vargas for taking a great pursuit angle to get that open field tackle.
So Horn Auto Center first down as Guerra, Stillwell, and O'Haver set up in a trip set on the right side. Ramirez here to the near side. They hand it to Espinoza, and Espinoza is met by Jason Brown at the 40-yard line after a gain of about 5. And the Coyotes really starting to move the football against this Cougar team.
Doing much better here in the second half than we saw them in the first half. And for a first down play to be able to knock off 6 yards like that, much more effective in terms of obviously being able to be productive and move the ball down the field.
Under center, Johnson sets Guerra in motion. They hand to him. He'll sweep right side, cuts it upfield at the 40. Lowers his shoulder and fights his way down to the 35, call it the 34-yard line. Good for another Horn Auto Center first down. Irvin makes the stop for the Cougars.
Well, and again, Combs able to get outside on that play. In the first half we saw Sholo doing a much better job setting the edge and not letting him out that way, or at least being able to turn up field once they get outside. But Guerra, doing a great job. Of course, getting some great blocking as well.
Great shot there of the Sholo Cougar, Dylan Gabbard. As O'Haver comes here to the near side, this time they send Ramirez and Guerra wide right. Tied in on the left side is Stillwell. They set Guerra in motion, fake to him, hand straight ahead to Espinoza, and Espinoza going to be hit by Brown again and then driven backwards by a host of Cougar tacklers.
And again, they give that same motion, does Combs, where we saw Guerra get the speed sweep handoff in the preceding play. That time they dive it up the middle with Espinoza only being able to get a couple of yards there, and you have to credit that Cougar defensive front for holding firm on that play.
Ramirez, O'Haver, Guerra, wide to the left. Stillwell is one receiver to the outside with another one. Espinoza on the carry, tries left side this time. Dylan Gabbard dives in and has him by the ankle, spins him down, and a loss on the play.
That's a linebacker coming up quickly, and Dylan Gabbard doing an outstanding job of reading that and being very aggressive in his pursuit into the backfield to get that great tackle.
Don't forget our post-game comments tonight will include our Horn Auto Center, our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game. As the Coyotes come trips left near side, single receiver to the far side. Johnson looking to throw on 3rd down and 9, sets up a screen. It is caught. Espinoza to the 30, has a first down, knocked down at the 30, caught the 20-yard line. He falls forward to the 18. Gabbard on the tackle for the Cougars.
Well, and he's able on that screen pass to get by Levi Fillingham, who had a shot at him. But you got to credit the big block, Christian Flores, the offensive tackle, the 6'3", 265-pound senior, doing just enough of a job on Fillingham to free up that receiver after catching that screen pass.
At the 18, looking for they pick up the Horn Auto Center first down. They're looking for a Black Diamond Auto Glass touchdown here. Single back in the backfield, trip set to the near side, features Ramirez, Guerra, and Stillwell. Play action looking left. Johnson to throw. It has Stillwell, his big 6'5" receiver, and cannot connect with him. Threw it a little behind him. Stillwell hit in the hands but couldn't hang on.
Well, it's just a matter of running before you catch the ball, before you see it all the way in. Stillwell open. Great place, well-placed pass by Johnson, but also credit the pressure defensively. Number 56, Dylan Gabbard, again at that linebacker position, blitzing that time and putting pressure on Johnson.
Tell you think they like Stillwell, 6'5", 205. This kid's got a chance to play at the next level if he can hang on the football. Junior tight end, still got another year to play. Trips in a bunch set on the right side this time for the Coyotes. Ramirez lines up with the single receiver to the near side, and Espinoza carries on 2nd and 10, has a couple of yards to the 15. Moreno on the tackle for the Cougars.
And a great job by Angel Moreno with that handoff, just holding firm and filling the gap up front on his side, just doing an outstanding job of hanging tough at the line of scrimmage.
Don't forget also our Beeler orthodontic straight line play of the game is coming up in our post-game comments. We'll talk about several plays tonight, lots of those in the running. Not to mention some great catches by Quentin Clark, and a lot to talk about in our post-game. Stick around. It's a Sunrise post-game show brought to you by the Sunrise Park Resort. Espinoza carries, has some room, and has a first down. He's inside the 5 as Espinoza moves the chains for the Coyotes and picks up a Horn Auto Center first down.
I got to tell you, Espinoza, the contrast from the first half to the second half, both he and Guerra, not only are the blocking schemes generally working better for Combs here in the second half, but those two running backs are showing a lot more downhill aggressiveness in terms of how they're attacking the line of scrimmage, and it's certainly yielding results on their end from an offensive production standpoint.
1st and goal from the 5. Trips left, single receiver right. Johnson under center. Espinoza in the backfield. They hand to him. He's hitting the backfield, fights forward. Penalty flags come in. And we get Espinoza down inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line here.
Those flags are coming from the back judge.
The preliminary indication is against the Coyotes. Let's see what the call is here from our white cap.
Top block, White. Go back, repeat first down.
Chuck Copeland on the call.
Just short of the 14-yard line.
And Yellow Jackets in their game. Try to get a scoring update for you here in a moment. Brandon Todd's got Willie Wyatt on the sideline. We'll check in with him in just a moment. But on 1st down and goal now from the 15. The Coyotes set Guerra in motion. Hand to him. He sweeps right. Gets around the edge. Turns it upfield. Gets some good yards after contact as he gets up that far side. And will be knocked out of bounds near the 7. All at the 6. Let's check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon.
Thanks, Camden. Yeah, I'm here with senior running back and linebacker Willie Wyatt, who we saw go out, I believe, in the 1st or 2nd quarter. Willie, tell me what happened, buddy.
I just hyperextended my elbow a little bit. It was more of a precaution.
Camera 1.
Just so I wouldn't,
He's just right by the side
of
of the team.
Hurt it again.
What is Doc saying as far as you think he'll be back next week?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, it's homecoming night. You guys are up 49-15. I know you're a gamer. You want to be in there. How hard is it to be on the sidelines in street clothes right now?
Oh, it sucks. You see people out there playing, hitting. You just want to be out there.
Willie, you're a heck of a player. You're a tough kid. Get better. We'll see you next week, hopefully.
All right, thank you.
Camden.
All right, thanks a lot, Brandon. And the Coyotes knocking on the door here. Espinoza on the carry to bring the ball down to the 1-yard line. 3rd down and goal from the 1.
And that's as close to the 1 as you're going to get, or as close to the goal line as you're going to get by calling it the 1. They just need to move it a few inches to get it punched in here.
O'Haver wide right. Ramirez wide to the left. Espinoza in the backfield. They go quarterback sneak. Johnson tries to get it across the pile here. Excuse me, Castillo.
Yep, they're going to give it.
And he gets a touchdown to the Coyotes. Their 3rd of the night. And in contrast defensively, the second half has featured some decent offensive drives by Combs, and that's what we thought we would see in the first half, but we did not. Of course, a lot of that was due to the fact that the Cougars were playing excellent defense tonight. A lot of focus on their part defensively. Swinging gate. And the Coyotes move the gate and set up over the ball. As O'Haver gets set to kick the point after try, and he puts it through. And with 20 seconds remaining, it's 49-22 as the Combs Coyotes pick up a Black Diamond Autoglass touchdown here on homecoming night at Cougar Field. We'll step away. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelley Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
Great shot here of the Show Low Cougar cheer squad holding up our Star Spangled Banner on the track near side of the field.
Oh.
And we had a pretty good little attempt at a little squibber here that almost fell into the possession of the Coyotes, but the Cougars fall on it.
That's Ethan Walker back for Show Low, a freshman.
It's the 5'5", 145-pounder.
Yeah, and in the process, almost losing that kickoff. He's going to get a little earful here on the sideline.
That was a special announcement since you're in town tomorrow.
49-22, the Black Diamond Autoglass scoreboard shows the Cougars on top of the Coyotes here with 17 seconds left. We got a great shot of the marching band here at Show Low High School.
You will be playing tomorrow in Snowflake. If you have to be around, love to see you out there.
Full set of scoring updates for you coming up as the Cougars are going to take a knee here. That should be the final play of the game, as Brandon Todd will try to gather some of the players and coaches for our post-game comments tonight. We've got our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game coming up. Also, don't forget our Beeler Orthodontics Straight Line Play of the Game. Live to smile, love your smile, Beeler Orthodontics. Tonight's contest brought to you in part by Subway, Eat Fresh. And we'll be back with our post-game show right here, right after this. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelley Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
There's no better time to visit Horn Auto Center. Check out the all-new Chevy Silverado. Voted 2014 North American Truck of the Year. Strong for all the roads ahead. Or find new roads with the all-new Corvette Stingray. Voted the 2014 North American Car of the Year. Visit Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs in Show Low across from Safeway and at hornauto.com. You're at home with Horn since 1991.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car, their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overguard, and Show Low.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Welcome back to Show Low High School as the football players here at Show Low High School on homecoming night celebrating a victory. And the Show Low Cougars will try to get a shot of them on the track now as the Show Low Cougar football team getting ready to entertain the crowd here after their 49-22 victory over the Combs Coyotes tonight. We say special thanks to our sponsors here tonight, one of those Black Diamond Auto Glass, home of the free chip repair. You'll find it at Black Diamond Auto Glass. Also, special thanks to our title sponsor this year, Hatch Motor Company. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low. They simply are the best in service and in sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low. And we've got a scoring update for you, but first we want to see if we can't get this I think they're planning the dance right now. I don't know if Brandon's got the scoop on the dance or not, but let's check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon?
No, I don't have any scoop on it, but I know that the coaches are very adamant about if you're not going to dance, at least be over to support it. I was trying to get a couple interviews, and a coach came up and scolded me, so that was embarrassing.
Well, probably well-deserved, Brandon.
Probably.
So we await some post-game interviews. We've got Ron Everingham and Brandon Todd on tap to do some interviews. Let's go to Mike Caldwell and take a look inside the numbers. Mike?
Thanks, Camden. Well, Combs did make some improvements in their yardage that they've got, and they picked it up a little bit. And so they had a couple drives, one drive of 75 yards. But I really want to talk about Show Low and some of the individual standouts for them because they had several. Rhett Reisdorf had a great game, 18 for 21 for 3 TDs. He did have one interception, but he had an outstanding game. Like Brandon Todd said, his arm strength seems to have gotten a lot better since the beginning of the year, and his accuracy was right on. Leading the receiving for the Show Low Cougars is Quentin Clark with 8 catches for 158 yards and 2 TDs. Also leading rushing was Weston Kime, 12 carries, 114 yards and a TD. Weston Kime also added a 40-yard pick 6. And talk about defense a little bit. We had Angel Moreno had a strong first half. Jason Brown had an outstanding game. I had him for a total of 18 tackles throughout the game. So there were some great individual performances by the Show Low Cougars. Back to you, Cam.
All right, thanks, Mike. And a chance to see the dance off here. Not a dance off, but a pretty impressive display of moves here by the Show Low Cougar dance squad. This took more than just a little time to choreograph. How about that? That's pretty impressive.
Interesting.
Those some twinkle toes out there amongst the
including a few football players. Always good to see.
Final score once again, the Cougars win it here tonight, 49-22 as we line out our interviews for this postgame. And remind you that this postgame is brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Don't forget they've got the best selection of hiking, hunting, camping, and fishing gear out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Let's check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon?
You know what? We're have to postpone this. I think the team's having their final meeting. We'll come back to this interview.
All right, thanks, Brandon. It is homecoming, and with that, a lot of different festivities here. We're a little bit off of our postgame game, so we're trying to time these things out. We get a great-looking shot there of Brandon Todd checking out his phone. So, Brandon's been impressive tonight. There's a great – that's the best way to show his face, too.
Blurry.
Nice and blurry. Yep. Nice and blurry. So, yeah, Brandon, do you want to say something, Brandon?
Okay, thank you. I just don't like it when you guys talk crap about me and that I don't even have the opportunity to defend myself on air.
We're happy to give you an opportunity.
Who are you guys to talk about anybody else's face? I mean, come on now. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
And the shots are being fired.
Cheap shots against the old ugly man. That was nobody likes that at all.
Ooh, thin skin.
Hey, so Punt. I believe we have a scoring update back at the studio with Royce Kincannon. Maybe we should do that. Let's do that first. Royce Kincannon's back in the studio, been collecting a lot of final scores, and see if we got it here. Royce Kincannon. Royce?
We've got a ton of scores from Division IV football. It's Flowing Wells 42, Amphi 22. Casa Grande all over Santa Rita by a final score of 69-6. Sahuarita, after the fight, is come back and it's 47-7 over Walden Grove. Empire 56, Catalina Magnet 6. That's a final. Snowflake Lobos 20 and the Florence Gophers 12. That's a final. Right now it's Blue Ridge 35 and Coolidge 7. The Payson Longhorns all over Flagstaff Eagles by a score of 25-7. A final score from Thatcher. It's 55-0 over Palo Verde Magnet. Northwest Christian 54 for God Catholic 0. We have Mojave 27, Wickenburg 20. And from Sholo, it was 49-22 over the Combs Coyotes. Back to you.
Let's go now to Brandon Todd, who's with Coach. With Jace Brown and Weston Kime. Brandon?
Yeah, hey, I'm here with Jason Brown and Weston Kime. Listen, guys, first I'm going to start with you, Jason. It seemed like every time a play was made on defense, we were saying your name. Tell me, how do you consistently, day in and day out, play with that much energy and that much passion?
Everyone's got to fly the ball. That's a philosophy on our defense. Everyone has to fly the ball, and I take that seriously. And no matter what, no matter how tired I am, I'm going to go 100%.
Undefeated still. It's homecoming night. It's a big win, obviously. We don't want to look. You obviously enjoy the win, enjoy homecoming. Give me your thoughts on the team right now at this moment.
I think we have a very, very good chance of taking state right now. There's some things we can fix, and that's going to happen throughout the season, and I think we have a good shot.
We haven't announced our player of the game, but you definitely did enough to earn the nomination. Just give me your thoughts on the defense in general. It seemed like obviously they had a few drives there, but it seems like there's never a single tackle. It's 5 or 6 of you at once. What kind of camaraderie do you guys have on that defensive crew?
We all want to stop them. Our philosophy also is to 3 out and then put the offense on, because our offense, we can move the ball on them and we can score.
Jason, heck of a job. Thanks for taking the time. Weston, I'm going to ask you to step in here, bud. So, sophomore running back, you see the starting running back go down. Your number's called. What's going through your mind?
Personally, I was very scared of going in.
That's honest. You didn't play scared. You ran the ball like a madman. I'm very impressed with how you ran the ball. Were you confident? Obviously, you were scared, but once you got that first handoff, tell me, all the nerves went away, right?
Yeah. When I try not to, being scared is a good thing, but you can't let it get to you, so I just have to be as confident as
You had the pick 6 on defense. Tell me, what'd you see there?
Quentin told me to read the screen, so I listened to him, and it was all blur from there.
You stepped up big, filling some big shoes with Willie Wyatt. If he's not able to go next week, we don't know the story on him just yet, but if he's not able to go next week, how confident are you stepping into that role next week?
I think I'll be good. I think I can step up and play confidently.
Weston, you're a man of many words, man. Great game. Thanks for taking the time. Good luck next week.
Thanks.
Camden.
Bring it over here.
Thanks a lot, Brandon.
We'll go to Ron.
Go to Ron.
Okay, we're over here on the sidelines with Coach Reisdorf and Rhett Reisdorf. Rhett, great game tonight, 18 for 21 for 258 yards, 3 touchdowns. But the most impressive thing was that dance. Talk about that. What is it?
You know, that's just a great tradition that we have at Shola High School. It's always fun to go dance with the cheerleaders after a win like that.
Hey, you're lying, though, because my man can't dance.
Yeah.
Can't dance. Does he get that from his mom or his dad?
It's that from me. I can't dance. They can't dance.
Okay, Coach.
What you said is true.
Coach, awesome win tonight. Can you just talk a little bit about what happened? Where did you see your team do tonight?
You know, I think offensively we're clicking pretty well, and getting a lot of people involved, and our playmakers are making big plays. And you know, we lost Willie early in the game, and we're already out a moto, so we're out 2 starting linebackers. But Gabbard walked in and had a good game, and Weston Kime might be player of the game. I don't know statistically, but a pick 6 and some great stuff on offense, and so just real happy with their effort.
Now, Rhett, there were a lot of comments early on in the game about how well the ball was coming out of your hand. It looked like you had some zip. Is there anything that you've been working on to make it look different or just to be different?
No, you know, we throw every summer and do a lot of 7-on-7 stuff, but I think as you just grow up, you know, you just get a stronger arm, so that's probably where the zip is coming from.
Tell them weight room. Will you believe that?
The weight room. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think they believe that on 145 pounds.
All right, these guys have been so great to each other. You know, he was complimenting his dad on a great game called and being complimented on a great game played. So congratulations, guys. Anything you're going to work on specifically this week?
You know, we just got to be consistent in what we're doing, and we had some mishaps early on with some penalties. And so we got to show it's still early in the season, and we're still making plenty of mistakes. And so just keep shoring up and stay positive and keep getting everybody involved. And so good things will happen.
How do you explain all the points the second half the defense gave up?
That's a good question. You know, we're going to have to go back. That's weighing heavy on my mind right now. But, you know, I thought we played a great first half. And so let's try to stay positive right now, because tomorrow I may not be so positive.
All right, Coach. Congratulations. Back up to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot. Great comments there. We appreciate Coach Reisdorf and Rhett and Jason Brown and Weston Kime taking time with us on our post-game comments. Time now for our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Play of the Game, brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Best selection of hiking, hunting, camping, and fishing gear. You'll find it out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store south of Pine Top on Highway 260, just before you get to the Honda Resort Casino. And as always, they're our player of the game sponsor. And Punt gets the unenviable position of picking that every week.
Well, it's tough tonight, you know, and we had 3 of the guys interviewed in this post game that I think are certainly contenders. Reisdorf with a big game tonight. That leadership from him on the offensive side is really important, and to have him execute the passing game in particular, the way he did tonight, of course, huge. Of course, one of his big receivers always, and one of the better athletes we'll probably see on any football field in Arizona, Quentin Clark. You know, he came up big again tonight. Not a big surprise, because we've just come to expect that from him. You know, he had 8 receptions for 158 yards and a couple of touchdowns, I believe, and those were big touchdowns. The first one being, you know, a big long reception from Reisdorf. So, you know, he's certainly always consistently on the offensive side a good producer. Then defensively, he does a great job out on that corner position too. But to me, it comes down to 2 guys, despite the great performance by Reisdorf and Clark. And that's Jason Brown and Weston Kime, the sophomore. Weston Kime, the very humble Weston Kime, doesn't speak much about his accomplishments, but had a big game tonight. 12 carries for 114 yards. I don't know what the average is there, but that's huge. And a couple of touchdowns as well. And more importantly, for him to step in to replace Willie Wyatt under the circumstances, he's probably not really mentally prepared for that. But then for him to step up and do what he did tonight, that's huge. And then he gets that big pick 6 on defense, played a great solid defensive game. And then, Jason Brown, as Brandon alluded to, whenever it was on defense, it was like on not every play, of course, but maybe every other play. We were calling his number. He just has a nose for the ball, plays very aggressive defense. And then on the offensive side, he had some big blocks tonight, ran the ball a couple of times, could get some big gains. So to separate the performances of those two guys tonight and the roles that they play for this Cougar team is really difficult to do. So I'm going to propose we give them both player of the game. They just both had such great performances tonight with the responsibility they were asked to do, performed outstanding both, and to give one and not the other to me would kind of be a crime. So I propose we give them both player of the game.
Well, really, we could have given it to all four of them tonight.
Or all four of them.
And
sure.
But certainly Reisdorf, Quentin Clark, Jason Brown, Justin Keim, all deserving of the player of the game tonight. We will do co-players of the game to Jason Brown and Weston Keim tonight. Your Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store players of the game. For the best selection of hiking, hunting, fishing, and camping gear, you'll find it out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, south of Pine Top, Highway 260, right-hand side of the road, just before you get to the Honda Resort and Casino. Go check it out. If you're looking for the best selection you can find of your hunting, fishing, camping, and hiking gear, you'll find it at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. And we now go to our Beeler Orthodontics play of the game. Our straight line play of the game brought to you by Beeler Orthodontics. Live to smile, love your smile. Beeler Orthodontics.
And you're looking at me. Well, I'll tell you what, when we look at the score at halftime, it was 28-0. Clearly Sholo with a lot of momentum. We saw that big pass from Reisdorf to Clark. I think it was the second touchdown for Sholo. That really kind of set the tone, and the momentum clearly was Sholo in that first half. But don't look now, but Sholo was outscored in the second half by Combs 22-21, and that's why I think Coach Reisdorf said, yeah, that's kind of weighing on my mind a little bit, because he probably defensively didn't want to finish a game like that. But I got to believe, that pick six, even though Sholo had the lead, that pick six by Keim, that was just the dagger in the heart, the nail in the coffin. I think it just took away a lot of the momentum, because Combs was showing the ability to move the ball. They were putting points on the board. You could debate whether or not they could get back in the game, but that was a well-executed defensive play by Keim out on the flat. And to have a sophomore, again, we keep highlighting the fact that he's a sophomore, but just to have him have a performance like he did tonight, I'm sure it's a huge confidence builder for him. And I think it just completely put Sholo, the momentum clearly went to their side, and it really just killed any chance Combs would have of trying to eke back into the game. So I propose we look at that as a play of the game, that pick six by Keim.
Absolutely. Our Beeler Orthodontics play of the game brought to you by Beeler Orthodontics. It's our straight line play of the game. Live to smile, love to smile. Beeler Orthodontics. Special thanks to all of our sponsors tonight. We say thank you to one of those right now, Subway. Eat fresh. Here after the game, go by Subway and get a fresh Subway sandwich, 6-inch or foot long. They've got lots of deals. Check it out at Subway in Sholo and Pine Top. Also, we say thank you to our title sponsor tonight, Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Sholo. Simply the best in service and sales. Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Heber, and Sholo. Sunrise Park Resort, Horn Auto Center, Octopus Car Wash, and Beeler Orthodontics. Also, Black Diamond Auto Glass, the Indian Pine Restaurant out at Honda, and Northland Pioneer College, along with Summit Regional Medical Center. All proud to sponsor high school sports and make these games possible. If you enjoy watching these games, please contact these sponsors and let them know how much you appreciate their support of your local athletes. It's going to wrap up our broadcast. We want to say thanks to our crew here from the White Mountain Youth Productions, making tonight's game possible online at iTalk1067.com. Also available on Sholo TV channel 56. This game will be replayed next week on Monday and Friday at 7 o'clock, and then again on Saturday at 1:30. That's all compliments of Sholo TV channel 56. And this game, produced in cooperation with White Mountain Youth Productions, technical director Isaiah Miller, audio technician Emma Butler, graphics McKenna Brannon and Stephanie Fagozo. Main camera operator Zach Davis, Joey McGraw, and Sydney Davis. Field cameras tonight have been James Firm, Dominic Stem, and Christina Schwab. Camera assistants Zoe Lewis, Rosie Burr, Tyler Roten, J.C. Nicholas, and Shane. I believe it's. I'm going to turn my turn Emma Butler on in the van and make sure this. What's Shane's last name, Emma? Is it Bubian? Okay, Emma doesn't know. Thanks a lot, Emma. Shane, I think it's Bubian or Bubian. We'll fix that for you next week, Shane. Sorry, we apologize for that. Our executive producers tonight, Mel West and Jerry Butler. And as always, we say special thanks to the kids of Shiloh High School that make these games possible, part of our White Mountain Youth Productions. And that will wrap things up here from Shiloh High School. Once again, the final, the Shiloh Cougars victorious over the Combs Coyotes, 49-22. On field tonight, it was Brandon Todd along with Ron Everingham. Back in the studio, our in-studio producer is Royce Kincannon. Our statistician tonight, Mike Caldwell. And for Punt Cooley, I'm Camden Smith. Oh, and don't forget our effects Mike, Dylan Smith, out there doing a good job for us tonight. And for Punt Cooley, I'm Camden Smith. We invite you back next week. Right here at Shiloh High School, we'll have the Winslow Bulldogs and the Shiloh Cougars live from Shiloh High School at 7 o'clock. Is the intended time for the kickoff. Without the homecoming festivities, I imagine it'll probably get started on time here at Shiloh High School. We invite you back then and invite you back for more exciting football. For Punt Cooley, I'm Camden Smith. Until then, so long, everybody.
We're clear.